Alright, so we had a few technical difficulties. I think it was because I was downloading a game and I completely forgot about it. But yeah, pretty much the whole map just wasn't showing. So we're just going to start off with a quick replay. It's the first game of the tournament. Nothing crazy, nothing special. You know, we're just watching these teams face off. I already know the result, so I'm going to try to act as, you know, as friendly as I can be. But I mean, this was a good game, that's for sure. Let's just say almost every player had 600 damage. That much is certain. Alright, so Sentinel and Cassidy getting up to a quick lead on Nash. Cassidy trying to finish him off early. Nair. Other Nair trying to keep him in the air, but he reversals. Oh, and the reversal. The Nair coming out there from Sentinel to get a quick one-stock lead. Now we see Cassidy here juggling Arcadia. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh. So far, nothing crazy. The team combo comes out, and they're tied in stocks. Game's not really that close, though. I mean, look at Nash compared to Sentinel, or Cassidy in terms of health. And the ground pound will finally take out Sentinel with the first two stocks. Very quick, very efficient. Goes for a side sig, can't capture Nash. The end sig might do it, it will, and just like that, I mean, Sentinel and Cassidy just starting out really, really good here. And just more damage being applied here. Sentinel and Cassidy just playing this incredibly well. This looks weird because I can see the names. I don't think that's usually what happens. And that will be Sentinel's first stock finally, as it's now 3 stocks to 4. This is not good at all. The red team, I mean, they have a deficit. Okay, Cassidy's starting to get into that red damage. Maybe they can do something there. Arcadia also on that red health, so... Sentinel fishing out there for the KO already. Recovery. Sarah only hits Sentinel. Gonna get that team combo to connect. I mean, Sentinel right now just creating so much space. Nash is almost gone, but he sends Cassidy early. Arcadia falls soon after. This is close. The dodge, it doesn't kill. The recovery does not kill there. Oh my lord. The down air somehow doesn't kill. Scary. Sentinel sent far off that side. They want. If Red Team has a chance at winning this, it would 100% be kill Cassidy just effectively as possible. And I mean, they're doing that pretty well. I don't know. They're doing that pretty solid right now. She's already in orange, you know. They just gotta apply a little bit more pressure. And the double team there, and the recovery will be enough, as Sentinel didn't find an opening, and they will get the team combo. They have a lead now. Nash and Arcadia turning the game around, despite Nash falling so quickly at the beginning of this game. Little team combo. I don't know if that was a prediction from both of them, or if they set that up. There. Oh, that ground pound could have been fatal. The Nair, he finally kills. It's even. Arcadia loses her weapon. Alright, she goes over to pick it up. Down air, Sayer. They're still very even. This is kind of like a little 1v1. And shit, all I know is Arcadia's made it once. Sentinel not very, good in that regard. Side air. This is so scary. The clash! That could have been fatal. That down air whiffed? Ground pound. Will this be the end of Arcadia? The clash! Once again! Somehow she escapes narrowly, and the ground pound will do it. Nash and Arcadia win game 1. Fun fact, everyone except for Cassidy had 600 damage. Now then, let's get to the actual matches, because fucking technical difficulties suck. No. I actually do have to vote for the first match, because it's supposed to be... Before I close the other stream, it was supposed to be on... What is it called? Damn, what is it called, actually? It's supposed to be on Demon Island. That's the map it's supposed to be on. What? Hello? Nash... Arcadia...
Cassidy.
Sentinel and Cassidy. Where's... Oh, yeah, he's just far right. Alright, so... Outside of this game, the rest will be randomized, and I will just, be watching. Dictated. But yeah. Nash and Arcadia somehow turn around, win, and they still almost lost. That was very good from Sentinel there. I think he ended up with 4 total stocks. So we start game 3, Arcadia picks up the weapon. By the way, there's no team damage if you didn't pay attention. Oh, Nair. I think Sentinel and Cassidy are opting, or I think National Arcadia are opting to, like, you know, kind of not really go too far with this. By the way, this is winner's side of the bracket, not losers. And because it's the third round in winner's bracket, now all the matches are basically top. They're all best of 5s, so they're all first to 3s. So even though it's still top 16, winner's side at least gets that advantage. You know, you won 2 sets, so now you get a little bit more breathing room. I mean, right now, just Arcadia, just every time that they try to go for Nash, he's just covering that option and that shit. It's working out very well for them as we bounce into the stair from Arcadia and Nash. Oh, the hard hold. I don't know why I said it like that, but you know. And the double whammy comes out, but I mean, Sentinel's very damaged. They might get good stocks here, but you know, Sentinel is very, very much at risk. Because immediately Nash gets swooped up, no chance to pick up a weapon. Oh, the side stick was just a little too late, a little bit misspaced. And finally, Nash picks up a hammer and like doesn't get the setup. But I mean, they're looking for it. That instant was fishy. And the clash is coming up, but Arcadia cleans it up. Arcadia's been so good since that freaking tournament, like since the first win. She's just been getting better and better, and that's something I like to see because she made top 8 in the first one and became a champion and then still improving. I mean, look at the way she's playing against Sentinel and Cassidy. This team has made it top 8 twice out of the last 3, and they just missed it last tournament. And they're going to make it this time again, so likely. They likely are. Oh, the ground pound, if it wasn't for that dodge. I mean, Sentinel's just in hell right now. He can't figure out a way to open up. Oh, that could have been lethal towards Sentinel if he would have been able to save him. And we're going to see Sentinel actually take Nash's stock here. They might go for Arcadia's next. They're focusing, and the sider, Sentinel, once again, just stock pickup. They're putting so much damage on a Nash. He lost his recovery. He's staying in the air. The clash, this is bad. Oh my god, in the recovery, finally Sentinel's out. And it seems like Cassidy will be soon. They don't want to really hard guard or anything. They just think, you know, Nash is a little bit too damaged. They don't want to play any risks. That's a hammer. You know, no, recovery's never fun. The down sig Reed will secure game 2 as once again, Sentinel played good. I mean, actually, no, he played really good. He had all the stocks. But, I mean, everybody just playing really, really well. Oh yeah, random. Alright, there we go. So National Arcadia are up 2-0 right now. They're poised to sweep Sentinel and Cassidy. So this is definitely intriguing. I'm definitely very interested in what's going to go on here. I mean, it's definitely still possible. They go back to the first map. They noticed they had a lead. They just had to learn to keep it. They had to play better, right? I mean, right now, you know, Cassidy is kind of in the opposite position of where she was last time. Where you know, she's getting reversal. She's getting answered. So National Arcadia are definitely adapting to their opponents. The Nair could have been lethal there. That one just barely not killing as well. Arcadia the most damaged. Everybody fairly damaged. Nash stuck in a 1v2 here, and the recovery will clear him out. They might get some quick early damage. Nope. Arcadia will be the one to essentially try to remove all this extra credit. But yeah, I mean, desperation wins games. I've seen a lot of moments where a team gets destroyed in the first, like, 2 rounds, but in the last one they're like, alright, we gotta lock in. They destroy them, and then they just get shit on again. Shit, it happened to Moonin in Grand Finals, where she was just desperate to get the win after resetting. And a great double KO there for Nash. Yeah, there was one time in ones in Grand Finals where Moonin had an incredible reverse 2-stock situation. Like a bad reverse 2-stock. She was in red against Nash, who was in orange, I think, or yellow, and just completely turned that set around. You know, unfortunately didn't win the set. You know, forced game 5 though, so desperation wins games. Like, it's not so much, you know, winning complete tournaments. Unless, you know, Nash is just desperate every game, then I'm wrong. Oh, and Taros now. And I mean, yeah, like I said, desperation wins games. I mean, blue team is very, very big lead here. You know, have such a massive lead. and it's going to be really, really hard for them to, struggle, I guess, because they're a really good team. They have the double hammer. You know, damn, good sights. I can pick both of them up. Let me say, if you don't know the double whammy, it's Sentinel and Cassidy just playing hammer, both of them at the same time, and it's terrifying because it's got them into top 4 twice, and it's looking like it's going to get them into top 8 once again. So it's also kind of funny because Sentinel and Cassidy used the double whammy to get revenge on Ezio Vector. Ground pound. Oh, the downer. I mean, Arcadia is just so damaged. She really can't do anything here. But Nash, once again, the master of the 1v2. He's had to do it since... Oh my god, Nash he just died. And that's going to be it. Game 3 goes to the blue team. I guess now yellow, but, you know, the blue team, Nash, a little bit of a choke moment there. I don't know what happened to him down there, but Nash lost that stock, and Arcadia just didn't have the health to compete. We're going to game 4, baby. This is sick. So they're forcing Mishima Dojo now that they've lost. The red team is now the yellow team, and blue team is, well, back to being blue team. I mean, Arcadia picks up the spear. This is really good. Ironically, some of the better teams have been poised to use double weapon. Like, consistently. Like, here we have the obviously spear and the hammer. But Nash and Arcadia are very, like, consistent with double spear. Just like how, you know, obviously Sentinel and Cassidy, very consistent with their double hammer. Fucking force to be reckoned with, especially because for some reason the bots, like the best robots we have, are either really good with hammer or really good with spear. Like in both 1s and 2s. The only other outlier would probably be Bryn and Amethyst with Axe. We did see Kaya and Koji, they're not in the tournament anymore, I believe, but we did see them make top 3 with a very, very weird combo of double bow. Which for 2s is weird, but you know. Ground pound. It's still weird to me how Impala played Koji. That low-key was kind of cool though. Pretty sure Kaino won both events, so that's nice for him. Alright. Okay. So this is a very even game so far, as Nash is just spamming helicopters. But yeah, this is very even for Sentinel, trying to alleviate the pressure as he sees his teammate getting a little bit, you know, in a bit of a rougher spot. I also think he wanted to disengage from Arcadia because she was on stage and he just needed to have a presence. Somehow the side stick doesn't kill, but it will eventually lead to her losing all her options, and the double kill coming out from the blue team will secure the lead once again. I mean, like I said, reverse sweeps are not that rare for the bots. And I mean, just what a way to fucking do it. Even though the recovery didn't hit, if that recovery, or no, not recovery, if that ground pound didn't hit, or even if it did, that would have been sick. I think it was a D-light there. So that was pretty cool to see. And the immediate reversal from Arcadia, just waiting him out. Nash, so far, kind of playing a little bit more laid back, not really being too aggressive, not being the Nash we know. Then again, most of the time when he has the spear, he's already in orange, because the team just has to just double. And the Nair will come out, and I mean, Cassie's gonna have to do the, you know, the 1v2 now. That recovery didn't come in. Trying to find a reversal opportunity. Arcadia just goes for the 3-piece. And the down air will end the set. Nash and Arcadia win that 3-1. Props to Sentinel and Cassidy. They played well. The last game, they finally slowed down. You know, they weren't going as hard as they did in game 1. But shit, that was still really, really good there from the blue team. I mean, I'm excited to see them in the losers bracket, see how much further they go. As yeah, I mean, Arcadia powerhouse, Nash still a powerhouse. And now next in the winners bracket, we have a team that I am excited to see here. We have Queen Nai once again repping the top tier team banner. She hasn't been here since the first tournament, and she's been faltering with Lin Face since that first appearance. I think it's because people are more prepared for her now. You know, after that incredible tournament, they're just like, oh, if you kill Queen, you know, if you kill Lin Fei early, you can have a lead on Queen Nai, and if you kill Nai early, like Lin Fei's a demon, but she's not that much of a demon. Regardless, though, she's paired up here with Reno, who also was in the top eight of the first tournament and hasn't done anything since with Rano or Wu Shang. Fuck Wu Shang. So I'm praying on that downfall. On the other hand, though, we do have a pretty niche team here. We have Thatch and Barraza, who I now remember I don't have a skin for Thatch. I should probably buy a skin for Thatch. Alright, whatever. Oh yeah, we have Thatch and Barraza. Thatch Raza. They're a really good team. They made top 8, and they're facing off against kind of a classics type team here, and the number 28 seeded Queen Nai Reno. I'm very excited to see how this goes. Hold on. I'm sorry, the volume just feels too high. I feel like I'm screaming over the freaking TV. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how this looks from the. Oh my god, that could have been bad. Reno almost got sent off the top there by Thatch. So a common misconception with Thatch is that he's forced to play the don't get hit game, especially which in twos feels impossible at times. But I mean, the thing that makes me laugh about the don't get hit game in Thatch is that Thatch is the player that makes you feel like you're just gonna get hit all the time. Like, I don't know, Thatch just plays with like such confidence and such aggression that he's never. That could have been a kill there, Queen. Or Reno, what are we doing? But yeah, Thatch just plays like so aggressively, and it makes you feel like you're the one being suffocated. And I mean, that's a perfect example right there as a team combo comes out from the blue team. And I mean, now Queen Nai and Reno. Oh my god, that's another one. Queen Nai and Reno are just looking poised. They're just looking ready, man. They're looking ready to move even further. They were the 4 seed this tournament, so they definitely want to move up. They want to be, you know, they're contenders, but they want to be definitive contenders. They want to win the whole thing. As you see, Reno slowly making his way over Thatch. But yeah, I mean, Thatch doesn't play the don't get hit game. He says, no, you don't get hit. And it just works. I mean, sure, you know, we have a tie game here with fairly even damage. But I mean, again, Thatch very clean with his effect on the game. That sider could set up something else, and yeah, Reno's just gone, and it didn't mean anything else. As that sider comes out, another sider. Side set could have been lethal there, even if this can die. And we will see the side set come out from Barraza as it results in a ground pound for the blue team. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. The blue team also has a lot of synergy as they're playing double blasters. And again, the team comps tend to be really good if you have double of the same weapon. But, I mean, the way that Thatch and Barraza play this is definitely different to everyone else. Whereas, you know, Thatch Raza, or as, you know, a team like, you know, Double Whammy, as we call them, or whatever, and then, like, teams like Nash and Arcadia, who use both weapons at the same time, are also masters of not using the same weapon at the same time. I mean, Thatch and Barraza prefer to play sword and blasters, and then blasters and axe. They prefer to have the split game, as Thatch and Barraza take game 1 fairly confidently. I mean, it was a 2-stock on both players. No big damage really applied from the red team. So that was just a confident game there from Thatch and Barraza, very convincing of what they might continue to do later in the bracket. But yeah, these two usually don't opt to play double blasters. They're not really fans of the double blasters. So it's like it's a very interesting sight to see, because I'm like, yo, okay, what's the plan here, man? I mean, they're doing it now, right now. They're just completely, you know, disregarding what I said, and they're doing it really well, as the other team has yet to pick up a fucking weapon. That's probably the reason their advantage is so great, as Queen Nai almost falters right then and there. Oh. I wish these bots were more optimal. Like, I wish these bots knew true combos, because that would make fucking 1v1 so much better, as that recovery will come out to respond to the down air. But yeah, I mean, see, as soon as he could, he went to the weapon swap, rather than, like, he knew that they were just applying so much pressure on the red team that, sure, the double blast is working now, since they're weaponless, but if we get an opportunity, switch off. Thatch was like, alright, I'll stay, you move. So far, it's kind of working. I mean, they're building a pretty big lead as Reno is kind of claiming, trying to get into that, you know, red health state. That recovery will finally secure Barraz's stock. And immediately, we're going to see Bothalla kind of go in there, try to alleviate some of this 2v1 pressure. But now he's trying to find a way to help his teammate, period. As now, like, the blue team is just, or specifically Thatch, is just being berated, just being abused over here on this side. Yeah, I mean, he picked up the blasters, and just like that, back to the split weapon formation. If Thatch picks up a blasters here, you know, formation will be broken. Ground pound, the Nair. Bothalla didn't go for anything. He wasn't prepared for it, I guess. And Thatch just trying to find an opening on the Queen Nine, trying to find something. They're going to go for the double blasters again. Cider will take Queen Nine out. I mean, she just has no options. She can't make it back. As Bothalla looking for a reversal as well here. Nair, recovery won't kill. I mean, Thatch, once again, putting himself in a very bad situation. Teammates in the air. I don't think it's best to go in there hyper-aggressive, especially with how they treated you on that second stock. Again, just trying to help his teammate out as much as he can. Thatch knowing he probably isn't long for this game. The side sig immediately kind of saving Bothalla there a little bit, as it also hit Queen Nine. That ground pound might secure though, it will, and I mean, tie stocks, tie damage, but not at all the same tier of characters, so, you know, I mean, Thatch being on orange versus Queen Nine being on orange is very, very different. Very different. As that side sig will, I mean, prove the point. If we know where to have hit his teammate with that, that shit is not killing in any way. Or just in any world is not killing on Queen Nine. And that might be it. I don't think he has the moves. No, he does not. Queen Nine and Reno turning it around on this Fortress of Lions. And, I mean, classic Mrs. 600 is what I like to call her. Queen Nine, just another 700 damage game in the books. She is one of the few characters that has an 800 damage game. And I think, I'm not completely positive on this one, but I'm pretty sure she's one of the 3 or 4 characters that have a 900 damage game. Most recently, I think Caspian made it. The first one to do it was Rayman in the very first game he ever played. He just, I don't know, like, his teammate was dead so early that he just had to do damage. So it was weird. But yeah, I think Queen Nine made it up there. Onyx might have, I doubt it.
3, 2, 1.
But yeah, 100%. She's had probably the most 700 damage games out of anyone. And she's just known for it. She's known for being really good, like clutch too. So it was a tall order for Bothalla from the beginning. I mean, Nia and Reno, it really just took one game for them to kind of come online, but now they're coming back. They're coming back to it. Not like Thatch and Bothalla are any bad. I mean, they're clearly proving why they're a better team in terms of, like, expectancy. Like, you know. Oh. Competency is not a real word. I refuse to believe it is. Competence sounds so much better. And yeah, I was gonna say, is that side sig gonna hit? Yes, it will. Bothalla with a snipe from the other side with that side sig. The DLI will send Reno off. And another one, man. Bothella's just 6 spamming because they're not doing anything to fight it. Both blue members make it back, but I mean, red is just kind of nervous here. Reno can't really play too aggressively. They're already down 2 stocks. They don't want to make it 3 or maybe 1. Recovery will take out. And they end sig. What a clean response. That's like the most Queen 9 main S move. It's just an end sig as a wake up tool because it's so fast. And they just can't get any pressure done to Thatch. Bothella's just always there. This small map is actually working so much more in the favor of the blue team. That's probably why they chose it. That's probably why they left it open. They were like, I mean, if they go small, I can just constantly be near you, so. I mean, right now, the red team's just kind of getting, you know, they're just getting outplayed. It's just great brawlhalla here from the blue team. Oh. Hold on now. Yeah, I mean, Thatch finally losing that stock. 2 minutes into the game. The dodge into it, still didn't get hit by it. Oh, the recovery finally clips Barraza. They need to do something now. Reno, very hurt in the ground pound. That was a very dumb call there. I mean, the ground pound comes out, now it's just another 2v1. I've seen Queen Nai come back from worse, but I don't know. They weren't. The team that she came back against wasn't at all anywhere near as good. I mean, we see that as Barroza says, hell no, you don't get a chance. We're going to game 4, and we're going to do it convincingly. Thatch and Barroza taking game number 3. They're going back and forth a little, which I'm a fan of personally. I like the back and forth, but at the same time, I'm not against dominance. You know, I'm not against one team just proving themselves. Hold on, I want to see how much my controller battery is at. Alright, we're charging it. But I mean, yeah, this is just, again, really good battles here from one team, as the other team is just kind of like, alright. So we're going to a map with a lot more space, albeit still very small in Mishima Dojo. They decided to go here probably for the extra platforms, again, trying to sync up better as Reno. I mean, Reno's kind of been a less deciding factor. Sure, he had 500 in the win, but he needs to have at least, you know, if it takes Reno 500 and Queen Nice 700, I think there's a couple of issues here. And I mean, Queen Nice is gone, so that's already a big no-no. As Reno kind of just making it a 1v2 rather than a 2v1. She would go for recovery, that might kill. The end sig coming out, the recovery coming out. Bit of a double KO. I don't know how much they like this position. I mean, now Queen Nai's in a 1v2. She's playing it perfectly. I mean, look at the chase dodges, look at the spacing. Making sure she doesn't get hit by none of that. Side sig tried to interrupt, couldn't go for it. Recovery somehow whipped. I think it was a chase dodge. And right now, Queen Nai and Reno kind of turning this game around despite having a bit of a slow early start. Again, the back and forth is beautiful. That's for sure. As Reno sends them all the way to the side, but Barraza makes sure to get the KO that Thatch was requesting. And once again, a double KO from the red team. This is a bit of a risk, though, that they're taking, because Reno's not the one on 2 stocks. It is Queen Nai. So it seems like the blue team has a clear pick, but at the same time, Reno has done so well against Thatch, especially on this last stock, as he's just kind of manhandling them now. But yeah, Reno has actually done really good on this last stock. Maybe we could see something. That recovery loss was very big. That was massive. The recovery whips, the X recovery, I meant to say, is not going to kill. Oh no. And Queen Nai finally, she's gone, but I mean, Reno has to make it back. The ground pound, once again, another ground pound, that was ambitious. The recovery, nothing, the recovery from Queen Nai to immediately respond to 2v1 opportunity. As Barraza's kind of in this orange, and I mean, Queen Nai's fully healthy. And yeah, Reno securing the last stock as we're going to game 5. And once again, Queen Nai basically a 700 damage game right there, 9 damage, one more hit. Regardless, Reno, with that recovery, will secure the game for the red team. And I mean, this is risky. I mean, Thatch played terrible. Disrespectfully. Completely disrespectfully. No KOs, didn't even do 300 damage. Thatch played terribly. You're going to have to step it up for game 5, because if they're breaking you down like this, my man, you will be in shambles.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Yeah, we're going to go back to World's End. Queen Nai and Reno, oddly enough, are the ones that actually chose it. In terms of how, obviously it's random, but in terms of how tournament works. Technically, the winners decide between the last 3 maps. Banned. I'm interested to see how this is going. Oh my god, the reversal from Thatch! Thatch with an early stock onto Queen fucking Nai, man. And just, Queen Nai picks up the weapon. Doesn't go for a side sig, opts for the down sig.
Reno makes it back. Really good for the blue team, the red team. Blue team. Albeit the blue team is definitely in a lead right now. Sure, they're both, harmed, but Queen Eye's an orange. That's pretty good when you're about to come in. Never mind, you're not coming in together. Oh, the ground pound doesn't connect. D-Light, the N-Light will kill for sure, I know that much. As an axe main. I don't main the weapon, I main Ragnar. Never play him though. Actually, no, I main Red Raptor right now. I haven't played a lot of Ragnar because it's just like, he's just like, I play him when I'm pissed. The other team sucks, so I want to just destroy. As I mean, yeah, blue team with a lead, and Queen Nye's the one on final stocks here. That is never a good sign. If Queen Nye's the first one to her last stock. But hey, Reno's starting to pop off. He's starting to do good, of course. The orb's always been a really good signature of the character. Honestly, I think that's how he and Rano ran it really well. D-Light Sayer, okay, starting to see the splits. And Queen Nye so far not really taking a lot of damage, playing that don't get hit game despite being 72 years slower than every other character. Somehow the ground pound is interrupted. I don't get that one. Thatch off the side. I mean, they're just splitting the blue team up, which is working really well in their favor. These blasters have been so annoying for Spear. Like, I'm just watching Spear right now, and it's just like, wow, Spear is in hell. I'm not saying Queen Nye, I'm saying the weapon itself is just in hell. So she opts to the Katars and the blasters. This is an interesting comp. The most spacious weapon versus the least spacious weapon. Ah, fuck you, sword. Yeah, I mean, Thatch looking to KO Queen Nye very soon here in Game 5. I'm so glad we've already gotten one. It's only 2 sets in. Queen Nye expending almost every resource to get Thatch out of here sooner. The Ensig will clip. That one won't. And the Ensig! That's it! That's all she wrote! Queen Nye is gone from this set. And oh my god, what a recovery. That was clean. I actually messed with that. The cider might be... Oh no. I don't know. The down air, the Sarah again, and yeah, Thatch and Barraza. Hold on. Holy hell. So it seems the 1 and the 4 will be facing off here in winner semis. That is terrifying, bro. That's like gut-wrenching. Because, I mean, Reno popped the fuck off. I knew that. But Queen Nye just struggling a little bit, really. Despite it being a 500 damage game. Yes, that is struggling for Queen Nye. She's not somebody that's, like, consistently, getting 300s or anything like that. But you know what is a shocker to be here? And I'm surprised. I'm genuinely shocked here. Bodvar and Ember are a team. But not only are they a team, they're on a team together. That's the real kicker. Never thought I'd see that. But you know what I am seeing right now is that I bought a new Jala skin and it's going to be put to the test. I completely forgot she was in this one. I was like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure she's gone. No, not Jala. Jala's in here. Why is Lucian gone all of a sudden? I don't like it. I don't fucking like it. Alright, so Lucian and Jala, a team that makes kind of no sense. They ended up beating both Core and Patrick, and also beating Artemis and Mako. And let's not sleep on Bodvar and Ember. Bodvar and Ember, they beat Shovel Knight and Lin Fei, Shovel Knight was pretty okay, but Lin Fei was a real kicker here. She's a really good twos. They also beat Cross and Val, so... not a big surprise there. Val sucks. In the Bothalla tournaments, I think the worst bot to have ever done any kind of good is Val. Say whatever you want about Jaehyun or something, man. He made it to multiple top 8s. Say what you want about Kaya. She made it to grand finals. But fucking Val got reverse 3-stocked and then never, like, emotionally or financially recovered. Sure, with Cross, she's actually performing pretty okay. Pretty sure she's out of the tournament, but I might be tweaking. Jala's still here, though. I mean, yeah, the red team's just gonna quickly find a way to just KO this blue team. Sure, Jala's another one of those legends that's like don't get hit, but Lucian's a little tanky. He's got about 6 or 7 defense, so he can definitely take more hits than, Jala, for sure. Twice as many. But not only that, I mean, Ember's also one of those don't get hits, but she's a champion. She's the best don't get hit there has been. Which is so funny to me because she also made top 4 right behind she actually made top 4 the second tournament, I think. Yeah, she got 4th. To Kaya of all characters, who made it to second, beating out Queen Nai as well. But I mean, right now, very, very even game. Jala will be the first one to lose her stock. Lucian, the more damaged of the two, still kind of living, kind of holding on, trying to keep the lead, I guess. That's kind of the plan here. That side will guarantee a KO. Jala again playing very patient, but Ember just putting on so much pressure with these Katars. With the Catters, Finally, Jala picks up a weapon. Lucian forced to pick up a weapon, I guess. Goes for the down air. Ember's probably like one of, if not the best Qatar legend, period. As Jala gets that KO. And shit, Ember was just a little too late. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like, okay, Lucian's been pretty good. Lucian, I think, was with Magyar at one point, and he was like doing pretty solid with Magyar. I have no clue who Magyar teamed up with, if anybody at all, this tournament. But something that was definitely cool to me, in my opinion, was seeing Lucian. Oh my God, the down will kill Ember. Was seeing Lucian actually be pretty solid, and it was during the Blasters meta, sure, but like he was still doing pretty good. Oh my God, the Nair. Oh, Nair again. The Ensig is going to be interrupted by a ground pound held from Narnia. I think he's trying to like clip him. And yeah, I mean Bothalla just cleaning it up. Bothalla, a consistent legend, which is perfect to pair with Ember because she's a little bit more erratic in her stats. She won Finals MVP averaging 450, 480 damage. She was not at all doing really, really good. Of course, though, I mean, shit, Jala popped off this game. Lucian, he was there. he was alive. No KOs, pretty much average damage. He was there. He was a spectator, but not a spectator, pretty much. Jala with the 5 KOs, it's really good. And I mean, you could just hear the guitars. Holy hell. Bothalla opting for no weapons so far. Kind of just trying to help out his low health teammate. But yeah, more on Bothalla. He made top 8 in the first tournament. Hasn't really performed like that since. But, well, in his defense, like, if you were to ask me, in his, like, rock-solid defense, the guy has been really, really, consistent. He had, I think it was a Surrey, no, Zariel. He had Arcadia, actually, ironically. You see the double KO there come from blue team, specifically Jala, as she continues to take all the KOs for her team. Yeah, Bothalla was actually with Arcadia, and then they split up in the second tournament, which at first was like, whoa, you guys made top 8 and split up? That's news. That's definitely new. But yeah, the reason that happened, though, was because Bothalla and Arcadia, like, they were just complete polar opposites, and I think Bothalla wanted to go with a more consistent teammate. Not Rayman, but I feel like Bothalla Sidra was the comp. It feels wrong to say. I can obviously look at the receipts at any given time. Yeah, Bothalla and Sidra were like, I think that was a team. Or, I don't know, Bothalla ended up playing with somebody who, again, he disliked very much because he was like, alright, you suck. So he was like, you know what, I guess I did do better with Arcadia. But Arcadia's a champion now, so I can't, ask to take her back and all that. So he comped here with Ember, and I mean, they're like, what? They're 2 games away, 2 wins specifically away from potentially making it to top 8 here. Or, well, guaranteeing them a spot, but, I mean, Blue Team's just played the second game really, really well. It's looking like it's going to take another 2 games after this one. As, Ember's just really low. There's really no point to keep fighting. 4 stocks to 1, and she's out of moves. She touches, though. god, the recovery whiff. She's perfectly playing this, but she's not getting any damage done, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, I mean, Jala will secure yet another KO as she takes another 5. She's averaging 5 KOs per match. This is kind of dumb. Lucian's just here to take damage for her. That's pretty much his only job from what it looks like. Why's my package still on the way? That makes no math. Why is it still on the way? What the fuck? Hey, did you have to send another one out, bro? What the fuck? Alright, whatever, I'll just sue. So blue team's at deficit, so it seems like a lot of adaptability for both teams here. Yeah, it seems like a lot of adaptability, figuring out new strategies, figuring out new plays. And the decider will come up from Bothalla as the red team takes an early lead. And immediately the blue team will try to reverse it. Lucian taking that KO, maybe this one on a Bothalla as well. But yeah, I mean, Ember, okay. Ember won the first tournament with Soul, which was kind of crazy to me in my opinion, because they won through winners bracket. Like, they made it to grand finals through winners, faced off against Linfei and Queen Nai, who made it through losers. First round of losers, specifically. Because, you know, that's when they started winning. And it's just kind of crazy to me, like, to think about, because it's like, why in the hell is going on? Why is a low defense legend with a mid defense legend just destroying everyone? Even if one legend has high power and the other one has pretty good power. And then the lowest defense legend in tournament freaking went and won the whole the finals MVP. Which I do for twos, not ones. Ones, you're just the champion of that tournament. You're just the best player at that tournament. It's 1v1s. You know. Ironically, I've had teammates face each other and have one teammate just 3-stock the other one. It happened with Scarlet and Ragnar, where I don't know what happened, but like Ragnar was more prepared for the twos, so he played really well there when he teamed up with Scarlet. But Scarlet was so locked in on ones that she 3-stocked Ragnar. It shattered my heart because I hate Scarlet. I hate Lance. Always have. Like literally always. The two things that gatekept me from getting to gold was at first, number one, Lance players, and number two, not Lance players, but instead it was actually, and this pisses me off to say because it's like actually just annoying, the freaking cannon rework. Oh my god. And Jala clutching that. I haven't really talked much about this game because I don't know, it didn't look that crazy to me. It kind of just looked like one team was doing really good whereas the other wasn't doing as good. And it was still a really close game. Albeit, Lucian and Jala are now actually ones up. It seems like they've downloaded the red team's info. So, if that's the genuine case, I don't know why Mishima Dojo was picked, but yeah, red team's gonna have to lock in for game 4. Or else this is where their winners bracket run ends. I think I've seen Jala and Thor team up. I don't know, I'm just trying to give some background on all the characters, because I like doing that. I like thinking back on previous tournaments. I don't think they amounted to anything outside of like a third round appearance, so they split, or whatever, but you know, when I was making this team, I was like, okay, Lucian has some defense, you know, Jala has some offense. I feel like this could work. Cider will come, and yeah, I mean, red team start off with a good early lead. Oh my god, Lucian killed himself. And Jala immediately took out Ember. Took Ember out. Oh, holy. Oh my lord. Oh my lordy. Oh my lordy. What is going on here, man? I'm just like watching in silence because it's like red team is just doing really good, whereas blue team is also doing good. So it's very interesting to see. Oh, good side sig. And I mean, I don't really know what to say. The blue team just keeps coming back from these deficits. That's really the only thing I can say is that blue team is just playing so well in the comeback situations that it feels more like the red team is the one who's like in pressure. And I mean, I don't know, Lucian and Jala just are performing straight up completely better. And I mean, here we see it as Lucian and Jala with a pseudo sweep as they gave the first game to the red team and then won every other one. I mean, Lucian completely taking. He's taking up he's taking more KOs. I'm sorry, that's just funny to mention. Bothalla though played really really well. Ember again playing pretty average in that last game. I just realized that's the one set where there wasn't a single top 8 team. So we'll definitely be getting a new top 8 member. Uh, that's crazy to think about because Cross and Val beat Kaya and Koji, and then fucking Lucian and Jala beat Core and Patrick. Like, wow, yo, that is crazy, man. Next though, and this is good. This is good shit. And the reason why this is so good is because we're seeing the former runner-up team, the silver medal team, essentially, from the second tournament. You know, they haven't. Holy shit, they didn't beat Nash and Arcadia, but shit, neither did Bryn and Amethyst. We will be seeing Bryn and Amethyst specifically face off against Nash and Arcadia. Or not Nash and Arcadia, what the fuck. Bryn and Amethyst will be facing Diana and Sir Roland. That's right, I didn't buy a skin for for Bryn because I bought a crossover for her. So, Bryn and Amethyst. They've had a pretty easy run. Brax and Nyx, you know, Mornix and Orion, nobody crazy. But Diana and Roland have had a couple tussles here, you know? They faced Hattori and Azoth, not really a threat, but then they went off and faced Scarlet and Ulgrim for the 7th seeded team, and, you know, they got their revenge. They got their revenge against Scarlet and Ulgrim, which I am so ecstatic about. Oh my god, what a side stick from Bryn, immediately putting that spear to use here. Just a lot of damage put onto Diana, whereas I guess, you know, Sir Roland is pretty much being completely ignored, which is working in his favor because he's just getting a whole bunch of free damage for it. And yeah, I mean, now this just looks like a major deficit. The blue team hyper-focused, and now they're losing, so... Shit, Roland knows how to use the Lance. I hate Lance, but I also hate Sword, and Roland has both of them. But it's better than saying double Lance like Scarlet and Ulgrim again. That's brain damage. So, thank you, Diana and Roland, for winning that set. And I mean, Bryn and Amethyst using that double axe right now. But they're just not getting a room to breathe. Diane is just not letting Amethyst get started. She's like, you're not going to get started. We see a quick 2-piece, though, finally locking in the recovery. And I mean, this is 4 stocks to 4, but this is worse for the red team than it is the blue team. Again, the blue team can just get double KO'd, and then they still have a lead as long as Diana goes away. Bryn, disarmed. Amethyst kind of a little nervous to pick up a weapon. Picks up the cannon, and we see not a double KO, which is kind of bad now. The down sig finally, and I mean, Bryn picks up the spear, backs off. And yeah, now blue team just has to focus Diana, as Bryn is now the most damaged on the fort. Yes, the fort. I give up. I give up on English. I mean, Diana is just getting kind of double teamed here. And oh wait, yeah, they're just focusing Diana. They said, all right, we got to get Diana out, or we just don't win. And everybody wants to win the tone setting game, because that way it's less pressure for, you know, the other team is. And you're the one that set the tone, so now they just have to respond. And Bryn makes it back. She's healthy. She doesn't make it this time. She does make it this time. I gaslit myself. And yeah, I mean, this is just completely winning for the red team as Diana played her ones perfectly. And hasn't really been hit since getting double teamed up early bit. You know, kind of just supporting Diana. Because they know that Diana is the main target here. But I mean, Roland, perfect cleanup. Diana and Roland will actually take game 1 over Bryn and Amethyst. Ironically, damn, Bryn and Amethyst played like shit. What do you say? I genuinely do believe that in the second tournament, Bryn and Amethyst were the ones to lose to them, but I know for a fact that it was Thatch and Barraza, so I'm talking out of my ass.
2, 1, brawl.
Albeit, there is a chance Bryn and Amethyst did end up, wait, no. No, because Thatch and Barraza came with their losers. They beat Etsy and Vector. I am talking out of my ass. They did beat Amethyst and Bryn. So this is kind of a bit of a rematch, you know? A bit of a grudge match, if you will. It's one of the 3 teams to beat Bryn and Amethyst so far in tournament. Yeah, one of them was well, this team, Sentinel and Cassidy. I don't remember who sent them into losers, like at all. I feel like it could have been like Ragnar or Dusk or something. But I know Sentinel and Cassidy and Diana and Rowan. Nash and Arcadia, but I don't think they fucking. No, yeah, because in the one, if both of teams made it, both 1 and 4 made it, then yeah, it would have been a 1 and 4 rematch between Nash and Arcadia in grand finals. I'll check later. But right now, the only thing I gotta check is how the hell is this game so even? Diana died so early, we're a minute in, and just blue team is not looking prepared. They're not looking ready, man. The Order of the Exalted Lions just better, I guess. Team Order is what I'm calling this. The red team, because that's what Diana and Roland are. They were both members of the Exalted Lion. So Team Order right now actually doing pretty good. I mean, they have a lead for sure. That one's obvious. But more than anything, oh, that lead is not so, lead is not so big. Still big, but mostly in damage, not in kills. More than anything, I mean, Team Order is just securing that. They're just like making sure that they can't get into their team play. Like, Bryn and Amethyst can't get into team play, and for some reason, Amethyst is so fucking ambitious and trying to push our 1v2. But it just ended up looking like a 2v1. So now Bryn has to go in there while you're in the air and basically do a whole bunch of damage. So we're seeing some people potatoing right now. Oh, good recovery. Gotta go for a second one. Third one will strike. Again, I guess like the end goal is kill Diana, please. Side sig will do that, and then the down sig will immediately fucking respond. Dude, Roland is just better. Roland is just better, man. Roland is a demon. That Sada will kill. She doesn't have the options to make it back. Roland will just make it happen. 700 for Roland. I didn't even want to see what happened on the blue team. I will probably, when I see it again in like 3-4 years, I'll review it and be like, oh shit, the damage. But oh my god, 700 from Roland. And we're going to the faded map. We're going to the map that costs Scarlet Ogrim so much pain. And I mean, the double axe is just coming out this time. Double axe is going great. I mean, it's just infinite pressure. Roland cannot breathe here. Obviously, neither can Diana, but we know that. Diana hasn't really been able to breathe during 2v1 situations, period. Diana just has like the best teammate in the world right now. Like, say what you want about Queen Nai, say what you want about anyone else, man. Diana and Roland, like Roland's just playing so perfectly, and the team synergy is working. Of course, this time the blue team is a much bigger lead, so it looks like they're starting to get into what they want a little bit sooner. Of course, the red team will be able to reset a lot quicker. I mean, Diana just making short work with this axe. Again, Sir Roland's just there for the help. He's just there for coverage. Yep, Bryn disengaged. completely, not really trying to fight with other teammate. Now we're kind of seeing a bit of a struggle. We're seeing, the cannon come out with the spear. I don't know how much they like this. Obviously, they're gonna like it somewhat, but recovery will actually intercept there. And the ground pound, read the Amlight will kill. He doesn't have enough. And I mean, this is really, really bad for the red team now, because again, like I've been consistently saying, one, we all know Amethyst is an absolute ticking time bomb, and eventually she's gonna pop off, but that's not what we're talking about here. The problem we have as the red team is our higher damage teammate is now dying sooner. We're seeing the Queen Nai effect, essentially. Like like now it's looking like they're like, alright, we're gonna focus fucking Roland because he's playing teammate. Diana's kind of playing forefront here. Albeit right now, Roland's kind of handing, Bryn her own ass, but that recovery will secure the double KO, and I mean, it's a 2v1, and Amethyst is the one with 2 stocks, which, if you don't know, I don't think Bryn's done anything in 1v1s. Amethyst hasn't done much more, maybe a few wins, but, I don't think I've seen her wins set. I could be lying. Oh, side sig. Yeah, she doesn't make it. Brandon and Amethyst, a complete turnaround in Game 3. Complete turnaround specifically from Amethyst. As she damn near goes off for 700. Kind of taking the role, or taking over, I guess, Onyx's role, as Onyx just hasn't appeared at all. Diana, though, she tried, she did what she could, but I mean, Sir Roland was just dead in the water that whole time. Ren, you have to step up, man. You're supposed to be the one that's doing consistent damage. We haven't seen that from you. That game was still kind of close. You gotta lock in. Bryn is kind of at fault here. Sure, we know Amethyst is a bomb, and that's obviously bad. That she can go one game, do 600 damage, and the next game she's going for 300 and a pack of cigarettes. But whether or not she's over here, producing as many points as a bag of chips could, it shouldn't be all on Amethyst, especially her cannon, which is explosive as shit, to take over. We know what Bryn Sphere can do. We know what Bryn Axe can do. What Axe in general can do. And the fact that you guys aren't piecing it together, more specifically Bryn, is not a good sign. And the Nair will come out. They're going to try to space up the KO a little bit later. The delay, the Nair. Sarah whiffs. Sidesig whiffs. Jesus, everything whiffed. That might be enough from that angle, even. It won't be, but damn near. Amethyst finally losing her weaponry. And Amethyst to alleviate the pressure off of Bryn. Oh my god, what an air! The ground pound almost killing there as well. Not a KO though. Ground pound not enough yet. Wow, they're just living. The Ensig will do it, the recovery will do it. A double KO. Diana on infinite health, apparently. She opts for the spear, or the blaster, my bad. Talking about Diana. Cider will send her all the way to Alakazam. Albuquerque! Oh my god. Oh, Amethyst with the Cider will make it back. I don't get why the bots like to recover low and then not touch the wall. They'll recover high and always touch the wall, but not low. It's dumb. Oh shit. Oh hell. And I mean, yeah, blue team is just getting reversed. Red team figuring out in the middle of the match quick mid-match adaptations. They're like, all right, we'll focus Amethyst a little bit more. She's kind of the one starting to get, grab a foothold. And the red team's just capitalizing. Look at the damage. And Amethyst is just going in. If I were blue team, low-key, if I was on this blue team, Roland would have been gone a while ago. He would already be on final stocks. And I mean, it's just over. Diana and Roland are just incredible competitors. They're just better. I still can't believe that fucking Bodwar number lost. kind of just waiting for it to happen, honestly. Hey, Diana's dead. There's another KO for Bryn. Nice. That should be it. Yeah, and it will be. Diana and Sir Roland will take this set, having a double 600. Amethyst played so well in that last game, but unfortunately she started getting hard targeted, which didn't let her explode for more. And I mean, Bryn just didn't help. I think Bryn had sub 400 the entire set through, which is insane. I don't know what to say. That's just sad. That's the one thing I can't say is that is just sad as fuck.
Raptor, the betrayer. Raptor, the betrayer.
I'm sorry, it just looks better. Alright, so Thor and Red Raptor, a team composition that is very weird. They're making their run through the first round of losers bracket so far, and they're going to face the toughest opponent they might face the entire tournament throughout. Because their next foes are Scarlet and Olga.
Scarlet.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call hell. Yeah, I mean, there really is not anything, or if anything to say at all, there isn't. There just is nothing to say. This is just wild. This is just crazy. This is just stupid. Yet, Thor and Red Raptor, a team that is consistent of double orb facing off against the double lance. Absolute pain, as it's 4 heavy weapons. Olgrim just killed himself. Yeah, as it consists of 4 heavy weapons. Scarlet and Olgrim. They have the best weapon in the game. For the bots, being Hammer. They have probably the best 2's weapon in Axe. They have one of the most annoying weapons to ever exist. Please remove it, if not rework it. The Lance, Rocket Lance specifically, like it's just all there. It's all there, and it's so painful. Good side of there, she's not dead. I mean, really, if you want to win this, you just have to take out Olgrim, which they're trying to. I mean, that will be enough, and I mean, they'll get the double KO semi-delayed, so they could do something here. As Red Raptor picks up the boots, okay. And immediately putting them to use against Scarlet, so it seems like they're going to go back to this individualized esque combat here. Downsig, what a good response. Olgrim's trying to alleviate the pressure off of Scarlet, man. It's not good. By the way, this is loser's bracket. I forgot to mention, this is loser's bracket, so you only get 2 chances. You get 1 loss, and after that, you better adapt, and then adapt to what your opponents are going to adapt to. Because you have no choice here but to adapt in every single stock. Every single stock has to be different from the previous one. 'Cause even if you're the one with the early lead, you have to make sure that that same strategy can't, be countered. I mean, right now, we're just seeing it as the blue team is in shambles. And the red team's just poised. They're just in. They're just locked in. The Nair, the recovery, they couldn't connect on the team combo, but the down air will secure it. They try to go a little flashy before just taking them out. I mean, it's a 3 stocks to 1 2v1, 2 stocks to 1 2v1. This is definitely winnable, but I mean, you're playing against Red Raptor. And as a main of the character, it is difficult as hell. It is so difficult to fucking win against a character that's constantly in your face, especially when they're doing it with a spacey weapon. I mean, just look at Radish. That Insig will not kill, but probably the next one will. Just look at how Radish plays the character. He's the perfect embodiment. He goes on orb, plays a little bit passive, then gets aggressive. He'll play a passive-aggressive game. As Thor will actually be the worst performance here from the red team. Whereas Scarlet, she got the KOs. She was contributing. But, I mean, Red Raptor was probably the best performer there. I think he had like 500, almost. And Thor and Red Raptor up 1-0, and shit, We're gonna need another game like that for Scarlet and Ulgrim to lose this entire tournament. Which, in my opinion, I'm not gonna say they fraud, albeit the team that they lost to, I think, is also in losers now. I might be wrong about that. But, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say they frauded, because they made it to the top 16. They at least made it halfway to a championship if they lose here. But again, that's a very big if. I mean, right now, it's not looking like a very big if, as the red team, fairly even game. I want to preface this, fairly even game. The red team looks like they have the momentum. Blue team is playing very defensively, and they're kind of executing it really well, as we see there. Yeah, just trying to counter the opponent's moves, trying to counter what they want to do. I mean, it's working, you know. Red Raptor's like, alright, we gotta back off a little bit. Oh, what? That downer counters? That's crazy. Side air will send Scarlet off, as we see Ulgrim trying to alleviate the pressure. It does. Satellite Stare might be enough. No, it won't. As the double orb comes out, the recovery will kill. The down sig, the sidelight set up for the down sig to kill. That one's beautiful. I mean, yeah, red team is in a slight deficit here. Again, anything is possible. One double orb is kind of nasty. Just orb in general is low-key a very underrated weapon. Underweighted, I guess, too. Underweighted. But regardless of how good or bad it is. Oh shit. Yeah, I saw that coming. I'm gonna say, regardless of how bad it is, it's still a pretty solid weapon, and we're gonna see that. We're gonna see those boots hammer come out again. And I mean, it's just over. Red Raptor just got handled by Scarlet and Ulgrim on that left-hand side. That corner guard with the side sig was perfect. He tried to answer back, but he should have just dodged in. Yeah, that is kind of crazy in my opinion. That is wild. He killed himself by trying to not kill himself, basically. Eli sidelight. And my recovery will end it. I mean, Scarlet and Ulgrim take game 3. More specifically, Scarlet takes game 3 very convincingly. I don't know what happened, but Scarlet and Ulgrim, they really did shift momentum there. Oh, not the most unpredictable map. You really want to risk it on the map that genuinely is so random you cannot predict what will happen? I've seen massive leads turn into a loss. I've seen glaring differences turn, yeah, like that. Just a downer reverse KO there from Thor. Like shit like that. It's just this map is like the perfect map to go where it's like anybody can win, and it can be in the most stupid, most crazy way possible, like most electrifying. Like who's thinking of recovery on fucking Ulgrim there? Only red team. That's just random though. They're not thinking of it, they're just responding. They're just reacting. Like for all we know, now blue team goes and takes all 6 stocks in a row. I've seen it before with Queen Nai and Lin Fei, where they went down 3 stocks and then didn't lose any stock after. It was beautiful. Side air. And the stomp nair, yeah, that will do it. That will for sure do it. Side air. Ground pound recovery. Down air. The Raffia coming out there from Thor. Thor is just doing so much. Red Raptor, a little bit more hurt, a little bit more in shambles, I guess we can say. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's anyone's game, 1,000 million%. Sidelight, D-light, recovery, almost KOs Ulgrim. This is risky. This is so bad for the blue team right now. This is looking so bad for the blue team. Okay, Thor makes it back. I was like, no way. The down 6, he jumps over at the end. Might just be enough. At this rate, it will be. I mean, at this point. I mean, 4 stocks to 2, but it's not the healthiest for it. We'll see that as Raptor's gone. Soon Thor might be gone. But again, Scarlet might be deep red, but for all we know, she gets hit by, no force attacks. The ground pound, alive. Immediately, side air. He held it. Why did the bot hold it? Outsider will clean it up. And I mean, from here on out, it's still anybody's game. But this is just good teamwork here from the red team. It's looking like it's Joker. Of course, can Olgrim just go over here and just 1v1? Never mind. Let's say if Thor stays on that left side, it's possible. No. Thor said, alright, he's kind of taking a bit of damage. We should just get this over with. Move on to the next round. And finish off Scarlet and Olgrim. And it will be what happens. Thor and Red Raptor ultimately defeating Scarlet and Olgrim in 3 games. The 7th seed is out as Thor goes off for an insane 6 KO game there. Scarlet and Olgrim, they weren't ready. They were not ready for this tournament. And if you ask me, I'm the happiest man alive. I don't like Lance, so seeing 2 Lance Legends team up and make top 8, that almost killed me inside. If it was 2 Side Legends, I would be all over it, like 1000% over it. We have another team that does try to replicate the double win. We have Corn Patrick. But the team that they're facing looks a lot more menacing, so I'm gonna give them the red colors. But anyways, we have Zol and Asuri, who this is so funny to me because Zol essentially replaced Ember with Asuri after leaving Ember. He's like, I want an explosive Guitars Legend, but I like Sword more. It seems better. So that's what they did. And it's funny as shit to me because I hate Asuri. She's the only like Guitars character that I hate because she's the only one I face off against, and they're all like mega sweats. I don't think I've ever faced an Asuri that's either like learning the character or really, really nasty with her. And it is obnoxious to say the least. Regardless, Patrick Star. Need I say more? Patrick fucking Star. If you don't know who Patrick is, he is the real Mr. 600. He will lose a game by 4 stocks and look like he did nothing all game, 600 damage. Core will, which is so funny, because like, it doesn't happen with any other legend. Queen Nai might lose a game, but she's always present. If you just stare at Queen Nai the whole time, she's pretty much always present. You look at freaking Patrick, and it's just every game without failure. Not a single game will it happen where he won't, like, he'll look like he's not doing much, or he's just playing support and it's still somehow 600 damage, as he takes the first KO on Azul here. I don't hear music. I hear it now. I hear it now. It's just the axe and all that very, very loud. Oh. We're seeing a cannon come out now, Zol. The male counterpart to Amethyst. Asuri cleaning up that stock again. Asuri's sword just, I guess, more effective than that bow was. I don't know. I mean, seems like Zol and Asuri are doing really well here. I'm sure they're in losers bracket, but I mean, who isn't? You know, there's like 4 names, 4 teams that aren't, and one of them is Team Order, the other one's the defending champions. One of them is the double whammy. The other team is fucking Lucian and Jala somehow. Like, we're talking about 4 teams that, like, 3 teams are completely established, the other team is like, alright, I thought that they would at least be mid. No, they're top 8 level. I didn't expect Corn Patrick to lose to that team, and here they are, now in losers bracket. And it's actually crazy, because now that I remember, Lucian and Jala were like down a stock or 2 or something like that, and then out of nowhere, like literally, you have no idea, out of nowhere, I think it was Jala just locked in, took horse stock so quickly, or took took Patrick out so freaking quick, and then immediately shifted her focus over to Core, and he was just gone soon after. It was an insane comeback. Like, it was insane, because they were like back, oh my god, back against the walls, what I was going to say, but Zol is gone. So this is crazy. I mean, this is pretty even. In my opinion, freaking sure, Asuri could KO Core here, but I mean, you have to go through. You have to go through essentially the crossover version of the champion. You have to go through a Teros variant, if I may. And Teros is the defending champ. I don't think he's in the tournament anymore, but he's still the defending champion in 1v1s. He's still got something to prove there. And I mean, yeah, Core and Patrick take game one convincingly. Wow, everybody except for Core had 500 damage. Patrick had 500 damage. I expected like 550. I don't know, I just saw him, he was contributing less, I was like 550. Easy. Yeah, no more than 1,000 something damage. I'm gonna take a leak. I don't know why I started the match.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Alright, so what's happened? Zol has lost his stock early. That's what's happened. It seems like Core will be next. Maybe a Suri. I don't know. Freaking Patrick decided to deflect his attention. I don't know what's going on here. All I know is I came in here, 3 Legends of Red, and Core will indeed be next. A Suri might actually take Patrick out here first before the blue team finally gets another KO. And I mean, Core immediately trying to alleviate the pressure off his teammates. Core's taking way too much damage. Asuri's low-key not. Yeah, Asuri's back. I was going to say, I don't think she's gone. And I mean, there goes Patrick. And there goes Core again. Holy hell. Finally, Asuri falters. They need this stock right now. Like, I don't know what Patrick has to pull. Or what Core has to pull. But they need to KO Zol, like, right now. Because Core overcommitted the shit out of his second stock. And yeah, good shit there from Core. You have no idea. They really needed that. And they get a Suri stock as well! Interesting. So now actually the red team is very much back in deficit. And sure, you could take out Core here, but... I know I'm glazing, but going through 2 stocks of Teros is never fun. And that's my proof right there. The proof is in the pudding. He's performing. Like... Is it really glazing when he's proving me right? If I'm being vindicated, is it really exaggerated? Because I mean, he just took that stock. Good shit there from Patrick as he goes dominating. Shocker. And he might take that one. Looks like Core's just trying to play off back because he understands he's final stock. I can KO him if he ever does anything. And yeah, Core and Patrick with a quick sweep over Zol and Asuri. I mean, props to them. They made it just outside of top 12, so never bad. What is bad, though, is, yeah, Core and Patrick have to face Sentinel and Cassidy now. That is rough for both sides. Patrick, 758. Core, playing like ass. Asuri, playing like ass. Zol, though, 553 damage. He contributed very well. He also had all the KOs. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really surprised. I'm not shocked in any way, shape, or form. I know what Core and Patrick are capable of, so I'm not surprised to see them potentially making top 8 once again. 'Cause I literally said multiple times when I fucking made, when I saw like Patrick was going to be Teros, I was like, yeah, Patrick's the best character in the game. Automatically. And like, low-key, if you're playing Teros, you might as well play either Roman or Patrick. Roman is cool, but I don't like how loud and obnoxious like the noise is. How about Patrick? Because I swore I would buy SpongeBob and Patrick, and yeah, both of them. SpongeBob not so much, but Patrick is a demon. His SIGs are so quiet that sometimes you don't know if he's going for a light attack or a heavy attack. It's crazy. Anyways, the next team we're seeing is going to be Magyar and Caspian, who actually beat Kaya and Koji.
Oh, this is tearing me apart, bro. No, don't do this to me. We're also saying on the opposite end, it's going to be Onyx and Bob, who have defeated Artemis and Mako, and then Volkov and Teros. Oh, nice. In a 3-game sets, both of them, actually. So we're going to see Magyar and Caspian, who have swept their opponents. They're 4-0 in the loser's bracket. And the unfortunate thing for me, as a spectator, is that I have to watch this team. I don't know why I was on defense stance. What kind of psycho am I? We're going to watch this team, and they are going to have to lock it in against Caspian, or against Onyx, who, if you don't know, I'm a fan of the Legend. I have always been a fan of the Legend. I hated her when she first came out for the sole purpose of it wasn't her fault, but canon got reworked. If not for that canon rework, I would have, as I will always say, I would have made it. I would have fucking made it to gold a lot sooner, not like a whole year and a half sooner. I would have made it in 2020 or whenever the hell Onyx came out, because I was like saving it for like a New Year's stream, and then canon got reworked, and I was like, oh shit. So I had to relearn it, and I couldn't learn it. So I was like, well, it's over for me. And it turns out canon was broken when it first came out. I just sucked with it. I couldn't space or anything. Regardless, though, we're gonna get into game number 1 here, and I mean, Onyx and Bob versus Magyar and Caspian. I want to see Greatsword Legend succeed. That's my first thing. So I'm happy that Arcadia is a demon. I'm so happy that Arcadia is a Bothalla demon. But at the same time, I love seeing Greatsword Legend succeed because, like, as much as, you know, what somebody like Planet Micro hates them because he's playing real players, I love seeing how the Legends play the freaking weapon. Because they're, like, very... This all looks like it's just 4 silvers playing, you know? A lot of SIGs being thrown out, ground pound recoveries, and whatnot, you know? You know, a lot of bad spacing. And yes, a lot of passive play. A freaking ton of passive play. I'm also proud of Bob for being so much better than Rayman, because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good. Even if Onyx is usually the one playing better. Ironically, though, blue team are the first ones to lose their stocks, as the red team is, or I guess now yellow team currently, are just better. I don't know. I'm just looking at Magyar right now, throwing a whole bunch of siders, and they're just like, he was like 100% accuracy for one possession. As yeah, I mean, red team losing their stocks fairly at a similar time there. And immediately Onyx tried to put some pressure to the downer. If you don't know, the downer is the only move you can make against cannon, like on wake up, that cannot be punished. But you have to be unarmed. I don't think guitars can do it. Oh, Caspian getting a little risky there. Onyx, though, the one that's the most damage on the board. I like this team composition because it's very similar. Albeit, sure, Caspian has 4 defense instead of, 6 for Rayman. And Caspian's a little bit more of a damage dealer than Rayman is. They both have a super tank in Onyx and Magyar, the tankiest legend in the game. So watching, you know, kind of like a bodyguard, I don't know, it's like the president, I guess, type teams is like really, really funny to me. Because, like, I guess I'll just call them the Cody and Phazon teams. Because it's like one player is just stock tanking, and then the other one just kind of does the damage and can occasionally or consistently get KOs. And we're seeing that with Onyx and Bob, who don't have a lot of power, but then, oh my god, that Nair killed. And then we look at you know, Caspian and Magyar, and they're kind of slightly better put together. Caspian, Caspian has made top 12 before with Teska. That was pretty cool to see. Shit. But more than anything, I was going to say, Caspian does way more damage than Bob does. He actually has the highest power out of anyone here with, I think, 7. As Bob finally falls. But yeah, like it's just completely different, you know. SpongeBob has 2 less ticks of power, and Magyar a good KO there. As yeah, I mean the red team just played exceptionally well. SpongeBob a little under being decent. Played pretty bad. Game 2 though.
3, 2.
Yeah, as I continue to speak, now the blue team is the yellow team and red team's back to being red. Caspian's definitely a hefty damage dealer, and he's kind of a bruiser. That's how he was playing with Teska. That's how, I mean, just in general, him and Tesca were playing very, very synchronized, very, very aggressive together. Whereas, Onyx, not a lot, oh my god, Bob is just gone to Magyar. As I was saying though, Magyar only has like 4 or 5 power, which is like really funky to me, because he has 2 heavy weapons. So they kind of compensate for how weak his KO potential is, and killing a lot sooner than he probably should. It's also funny to me how Onyx and Magyar are tanky, and they're both part of what's his name? They're both part of Volkov's like army. Ironically, Caspian and Magyar are kind of lore accurate because Caspian is Volkov's grandson. That recovery reversal is nasty, dude. He's just getting so many KOs with that. Good Ensig there as well from Caspian. I mean, just Onyx and Bob are kind of getting dismantled here, and I guess in their defense, talking about Onyx and Bob, I can say Onyx, sure, top three prospect, but Rayman, he's a nobody in the 2 scene and in the 1 scene, really. He's just bad. Like Rayman's just not a good character. But if we go to what is it called? If we go over to the blue or the red team, 2 legends that are not. Oh, Magyar finally falls. I'm gonna say 2 legends that are not very known in the 1 space of Bothalla tournaments. I'm not kidding at all. Caspian is not known in the 2s at all, pretty much. Yeah, literally at all. I think Plague Knight showed up a few times. Sure, Caspian had that top 12, but he hasn't had anything aside from that top 12 appearance, I think, in the first tournament. That's kind of like his one defining factor is, oh, I made top 12 a few tournaments ago. Haven't been able to replicate it with any new teammates. As yeah, finally Bob falls, and I think it's safe to say Magyar and Caspian are going to continue to dominate this losers bracket and take Onyx out as well. But both of these legends, very, very much early on, deep competitors of the 1 space. Caspian was the first to land right outside of bronze. He was the first legend to miss out on top 3. And it's like, what? How? What about the person who fucking lost the first round? I mean, specifically the person who was good enough to make it but couldn't win loser semis. And Magyar's the same. They both made top 4, and ever since have not performed anywhere near that level. I think Magyar. Actually, no, I lied. Yeah, shit, I am lying. I think Magyar made top 8 one more time, but ultimately lost to Ember the second time, as she went into top 4 and then fell off there. I think he made top 5. Ironically, Magyar Arcadia, and Jaeyoon were all in top 8 at the same time. It was beautiful. And then we saw Magyar and Jaeyoon face off, and of course. I had my bets on Jaeyoon because he won the tournament, or he got second at the last tournament. But he lost in the second tournament, so it didn't matter. And yeah, there we go. Magyar and Caspian will not be upset by Onyx and Bob, and they will continue their incredible run through losers bracket. Onyx and Bob, they did pretty solid. They did pretty well. I can't hate. I'm proud of how well they did. They just faced an insane doubles team, I guess. I don't know how. Oh god, they're back. I forgot this team was here. Actually, no, I'm gonna put the other team. Shit. So, Azal and Hattori. I'll fuck with it. I'm gonna use this one for when it's like this, I guess, because it looks more menacing. But Azal and Hattori are an interesting team because Hattori made top 5 in the last tournament of ones, which again that happened like 6-7 months ago. I haven't made a ones tournament in a while, but Finn Yumiko. Even though they haven't made, obviously it's been months, so a lot of training between the bots and a lot of different patches and shit. Hattori improved, did really, really well. Azal hasn't really done much. He was the early Mr. 600 having an 800 damage game, 700 damage game and 600 damage game. The only legend to do it, I think, so far yet, having averaged 700 damage in a series. His first teammate was Sidra. He lost to Queen Nai and Lin Fate, and he did it in such an incredible fashion. And he's kind of just existed ever since. But hey, now he has a teammate that isn't completely brain dead. Sidra, fuck you.
Naughty Yumiko.
And it's so funky to me because you would think Sidra's pretty solid, right? She made second place in ones in the most recent tournament. I think. I think that's right. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Regardless of that, though, Sidra hasn't really amounted to much in the two space. I think she paired up with Mordex at one point. Azoth paired up with Rayman. He paired up with Sidra. He paired up now with Hattori. He paired up with someone else. I don't know who, but yeah, I mean, it was just consistent. I don't really have another way to put it. It was just, oh my god, the blue team is doing what they were doing in Winners Bracket earlier. If you don't know Fate and Yumiko, they lost to Arcadia and Nash after pretty much destroying Thor and Red Raptor in the first round. And it's so funny to me because Thor and Red Raptor are now potentially going all the way to top 8, and now we're seeing Fate and Yumiko potentially go all the way to top 8. As they have a really big early lead. Their lead is dwindling. Alright, I can't hear anymore because of my freaking fan. So I'm turning up the volume. I feel like it's still too loud though, so I'm just putting my mic a little bit closer to me. Yeah, Azoth hasn't really done anything in the ones, but Sidra hasn't done anything in the twos, so I guess they kind of swap. But yeah, Hattori is seasoned in ones after struggling so much. That's the funny part. I think Hattori made it to all three of the first ones tournaments. I could be wrong, but damn, bro, it was so bad. Like, she was a first round exit every time. But for some reason, one tournament she just locked in, made it to top 8, and then finished in 5th. She actually locked herself into winners semifinals, and then just lost twice in a row, unfortunately. Azoth finally getting that kill onto Fate. Yumiko's still not dead. This is not really even harming the blue team as much. Sure, she's gone, but Fate's been handling herself really well. Finally, Yumiko falls. Shit, Azoth might be soon. Maybe we can see Fate if there's a double team situation. Oh, what a reversal! Azoth, what a response! Since, like, being branded as Mr. 600, he hasn't really done it, though. Like, Azoth has had... Oh my god, what a recovery. What a play. Azoth hasn't been really super good at, or very consistent with the high damage. Probably because he hasn't had to, or at one point he just gives up and he's like, I'm not going to keep fucking fighting when I'm down 3 stocks to my opponents. This is so winnable for fucking Yumiko, too. This is scary. This is, like, scarily winnable. Azoth, though, is kind of just shutting me up right now in this game 1. As, yeah, Fate and Yumiko completely lost all control they had here. Yumiko is just getting pummeled. That's it. Hattori and Azoth with the reverse. Like, I don't even know what that was. That was a reverse, though. That's insane. Yumiko and Fate did so well early. Of course, Yumiko didn't get a KO that whole game, but they did so well. Like, Hattori with an error 404 stat line there. 2 KOs, pretty good. But I mean, Azoth just proving me right there on he could come back to being Mr. 600 as long as he has a good teammate, Like, we've seen these performances before. I'm not going to act like it's something super new to see Azoth go for, I think, 690 or 650, one of the two. But, I mean, regardless of how well it was, regardless of that insane comeback, I mean, I just have to say, but these are kind of 4 unsung heroes of the game. I mean, Fate hasn't amounted to anything. She's played with Zariel, I think. But so has, like, everyone. I mean, Asuri play with Zariel, Loki play with Zariel, Fate play with Zariel. Whoever the hell Zariel teamed up with this tournament, I think Nyx, you know. Yeah, Nyx play with Zariel, so it's nothing crazy. Yumiko, pretty much a nobody completely, starting to finally find herself a little bit, starting to find a place in the two space of things, I guess. Maybe she shows up in the ones, I don't know. Azov, we've been on his name since that incredible performance, but also since that incredible performance, he hasn't really put up anything like super crazy like what he just did last game. Again, the blue team just tying up the stocks here. Hattori, she finally put her name out there last one's tournament, but outside of that, she's still kind of a no-name. She's still kind of an unsung hero, kind of a nobody. So it's definitely a lot more difficult to measure exactly how it is, you know? Good stock there. KO. I mean, the red team's starting to run away with it. And again, they only need one more game to shut me out and say, oh, wait, no, Fate and Yumiko aren't making it past. I mean, they're doing that right now. Yeah, we've seen the spear and the axe have clearly just worked. Of course, as I say it, both of them, you know, lose both the weapons and just die. And again, back to type game, essentially. They're really good at tying the game. I don't know what it is between... Oh, she's back. That could have been bad. Regardless, Faye and Yumiko, really good, right? I've established this, I've said it multiple times now. But despite them, like, obviously having that really early win against Thor and Red Raptor, who looked poised to win at first, and all of a sudden Faye locked in. You know, in the losers bracket, who did they face? They faced Vrax and Nyx. I lied. So I don't know who the hell else Zariel paired up with this tournament. Let me see actually if I can find it. Or Sidra. Zariel fucking teamed up with Sidra in this one, and I mean, first round exit. Shocker. Which is so upsetting to hear because Sidra is bad, but Zariel made top 8. Zariel has... he's kind of valing right now, but it's mostly his teammates. I mean, Zariel was still doing 500, upwards of 500. It was Sidra who played really bad. And yeah, Hattori and Azov. Hattori and Azov take game 2 and shut me up completely as everybody had at least 500, but Mr. 600 seems to be back. And I'm a fan. And because I'm a momentum killer, we're going to move on into top 12. We're not touching the winners bracket. That is reserved for top 8. How has it been an hour yet? Hour and a half. Holy hell. It should not have taken me this long. So, guess who's back? Back again. Where is he? Yes, look at that. What is that? That is Queen Nai and Reno. And they are facing Thor and Red Raptor. This is such a beautiful setting because, I mean, we just saw Thor and Red Raptor essentially dismantle Scarlet and Ulgrim, praise the Lord. But, I mean, we saw Queen Nai and Reno go off against Thatch and Barraza, force a Game 5. And unfortunately, they just couldn't do much more. I mean, the pendulum was swinging. And unfortunately, it swung in favor of the red team. I mean, now, the blue team is the red team, and the red team is the blue team. I didn't even realize that. I should probably switch that next time. But yeah, we're going to either have Nai and Reno back in top 8 now after this set, or we're going to have Thor make it into top 8 in 2s, finally. You know, he made it into ones once. He made it into 1v1 top 8, I think once, maybe twice. Yeah, everybody, you know, Thor's done good before. Red Raptor hasn't really amounted to anything, so seeing him in 2s is pretty nice. Seeing a Boots legend in top 8 would be really, really nice. Because Thea's pretty much just banned from these tournaments because as fast as she is, she doesn't kill, she doesn't have any defense, she's useless. So, you know, I'm not going to put a character like that in. I'll put Jiro in sometimes, but not really. I'm not a fan. He doesn't kill. He has high dex. He has high speed. He's not built for this shit. I'd rather put in crossover characters. Which, ironically and eventually, I will be having a crossovers only tournament and then just splitting them off from these legends. Unless the teams stay really strong. Like, if Brandon and Amethyst don't get washed after this tournament, like, let's say Brandon and Amethyst lose, you know, they lose against, Brandon and Amethyst lose to Magyar and Caspian, right? Let's just say, hypothetical world. I'm trying to piece the parts together. Okay. Brandon and Amethyst lose, right? And then next tournament they don't do good. And then the tournament after that they don't do good. They split off, and I already have enough crossovers for it by that point, let's say. Amethyst will completely split off from this tournament after leaving her mark and making her mark. And, you know, now that they're completely washed out, you know, they will be split apart. And not only will they be broken apart, or broken apart, not only will the team be split up, but the team will also just never be able to happen again, as Brandon Amethyst will. I mean, Bryn will stay in this side of these tournaments, but Amethyst won't. Good shit. I mean, yeah. So, it appears, what's his name? It appears that Thor has actually fallen first. Good side sig. Queen Nai, though. Queen Nai is kind of sending Red Raptor to the Shadow Realm. And yeah, Nai and Reno take game one fairly convincingly. Thor played bad. Everyone else did really good. At this point, I'm going to have to start changing the averages. Because I think I've seen more 500s than I've seen 300s, so I think we're going to start saying that 480 is average, league average. Obviously, the teams are much better once you get this far. I mean, you know, we are talking about, you know, teams that have the potential to make top 8, but either will or will not make it, you know? This top 8 is very, very weird, because we have a lot of new competitors on. We have a lot of new teams essentially being put in. Even though we had Scarlet and Olgren, unfortunately Court and Patrick had to be Ragnar. That shattered my heart because it was a 3-game set. That could have gone in the favor of, you know, Ragnar does. I don't know, they just played really bad in the winners bracket, and then, you know, they ran it back and lose, and they're like, wait, Thor and Patrick this fucking early? Ain't no way, man. Yeah, and there goes Thor. Whoa, what's his name? Raptor's trying, man. He's trying to stay afloat. He's doing pretty well at it, actually, not really taking much damage. Now that Thor's in here, he's kind of just getting in here to get beat up on. Wow, perfect defensive spacing there, man. Just perfectly out of space, got a nair. I mean, Thor just completely giving up on a weapon, I don't know why. As Ragnar picks that one up, the recovery will come out. Thor, once again, just heavily damaged. Both blue team members actually really, really damaged here. Thor is still refusing the weapon. Just doesn't want it. He just doesn't want it. Nope, he wants it. I lied. The down air. Alright. Oh, down air again. Okay, immediately picks up the boots. Red Raptor. Oh shit. Ground pound. Ground pounds Queen Nai. Oh, gets reverses Queen Nai as well. Actually, doesn't get too much for it though. Okay, the end sig. Still Reno though alive somehow. I don't know how. Like I genuinely don't. And Knight will send him far. This is working really well though, as Reno actually loses his stock, and I mean Queen Nai is just pretty much primed to be there as well. So blue team's actually equalized very well here. As the yellow team, not. Because for some reason they switched to red on this map. I don't know what that's about. As if that's going to change something. Like, if you can't see the player, that's your fault. Well, oh shit, okay. I mean, right now Red Raptor's kind of getting tossed around a bit, but you know, Reno also has to be very cautious of his health here, of his stock. So it looks like, yeah, we will be seeing the two more damage legends kind of duke it out. You know, have decided between themselves who will really be the reason. Thor, though, takes Queen Nai out, and now, I mean, Reno just couldn't do it. Thor gets the double KO, and he gets the lead. Queen Nai, though, can definitely make something happen here. Air, down air, the NSYNC! Queen Nai! She read the dodge and said, oh, I got this shit. And I mean, right now, Thor's just making sure she can't make it back, trying to get as much damage. This is basically a 1v1 final stocks. My god, I mean, okay. Queen Nai has the higher placement. She's made top 3, she made bronze before. But Thor is doing really well, and he has the meta weapon in hands. Of course, don't sleep on Katars on 1v1. The infinite pressure is stupid for the bots. I mean, here we see it. Thor loses his weapon. The NSYNC and Queen Nai! The number 28 seed, Queen Nai and Reno the Bounty Hunter will be the ones to make top 8 over Thor and Red fucking Raptor. Props to Thor and Red Raptor, especially Red Raptor, because he made it back after leaving with Ezio, after like splitting off from Ezio. He found Thor, good team. Queen fucking Nai. How? How do you do it, man? Neutral air into a down air, which was dodged. And then a freaking instant, no hesitation, after dodging yourself and Sig to take Red Raptor out of the fucking fight. And then go off to win the 1v1 against Thor. 700, misses 700 at this point. She has the most 700 damage games. She has another 1v2 victory on her fucking belt. Another notch on her belt. What am I even supposed to say anymore? Like, I know what Queen Nai can do, and I know what she's capable of. But the fact that she's doing it now with Reno is insane to me. Because you go, okay, this is a situation where the team is usually the two most consistent characters on separate teams team up together and do really well. You might be like, what? Yeah, Reno was way more consistent than Wu Shang was. Wu Shang was explosive a little bit. And Reno was kind of the one that was kindly doing 450, just kind of always doing 480, 500, being consistent. Queen Nai, she was a stock tank, so she was just pretty much poised to do 500, but she was out here exploding for 700. God damn, man. And the craziest part is that might not even be the craziest set we see. Because we have 3 more sets to see in this bracket. And one of them is watching Core and Patrick. One of them is watching Core and Patrick again. And it's not going to be dominance. And if it is, goddamn. Because they're facing off against Sentinel and Cassidy once again. This is double whammy versus double whammy replica. This is Mr. 600 versus probably the best, most synchronized team. Despite them losing, 3-1 to Nash and Arcadia, I still see this team as one of the strongest, if not the strongest team. And Core immediately putting the pressure on. Because this is insane! The fact that this is happening before top 8 is already insane. And I mean, we're going to see the double whammy versus one hammer and one unarmed legend. And Core is actually the first to fall, Cassidy soon after. The more damage legends actually were the ones that lived longer. As right now, we're seeing that one hammer actually fall to the down sig. He makes it back, though, with that recovery. Nope, he decided to stand still. Core trying to play this as passive as he can, wait for his teammate. He stalls out a bit. Side sig. How is Sentinel, the most damaged legend, the fucking one that's lived the longest? Like, he was on red really early. He's the one that's outliving everyone. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. There we go, finally. I was gonna start getting pissed. Good down sig there from Patrick as he's just trying to apply as much damage as he can. I mean, this axe. Listen, we all know the double whammy replica is it's kind of a ploy. Patrick's much better on the axe. No disrespect to his hammer, of course. He's done really good things on the hammer. It's just he's more known for the axe. That end light whip, wow. I'm not even surprised. That did look a bit fun. I mean, we're just going to see the immediate impact that Patrick is going to have. So, I mean, we started off this set so freaking random. Core died despite being the least damaged. Then freaking Cassidy died. Now Sentinel's gone on his 2 stocks before Patrick does. After Sentinel pretty much reversed the first stock in terms of damage and who died first between him and Patrick. And now Cassidy's she's just gone. Now Core on a clean stock is gone. And now it's a 1v1 with Sentinel and Patrick. This is so random. Yeah, it's so, like, hype. And if Sentinel wins this, which likely not, because, I mean, Patrick's playing this perfectly. Stomp side light. Just needs an air. He goes for recovery. He really just needs, like, a Sari then. And light will definitely do it. What a good backdash, I guess. And, I mean, yeah, just like I said, Mr. 600 went for 600. And this was such a low damage game because one team had 2 accidents from Core. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. But the other team also played bad. I mean, Patrick was the only one actually playing Brawlhalla, I guess. I don't know. That was dumb. And yet so fun to watch. Now then, Sentinel and Cassidy are on the back ropes. Will they miss out on yet another top 8 appearance? This is concerning. Because it was a close match, despite one player having 300 more damage than almost every other legend. Just kidding, it was a 2-stock win, I'm trolling. It was not close. But, like, what are we doing, guys? Oh my god, Core's just dead, damn near. Core's just dead in, like, the next signature. Even if it was Cassidy. Their 6 hit pretty hard, actually. Oh, shit. Down there. Stomp Sir might do it. Nope, Sentinel is likely to make it back unless the Cider comes out. They choose not to punish. The side stick from Cassidy will alleviate so much it will just outspace both players. Cassidy will be the first one to lose her stock, though. And then it will be Patrick, Core, and Sentinel working it out here. And 2 side lights, then an end light will be enough to take Sentinel out. Now Core's gone, and now it's Patrick facing off against Cassidy and Sentinel in the 1v2. He's relatively taken only like 2 or 3 hits, so this isn't the worst. And I mean now just Cassidy's still the most damaged on the field, on the board. This is anyone's game. I mean, sure, Core's not damaged, but Core's not damaging either. Like he's starting to finally, you know, the blue team's trying to catch up a bit as they've completely caught up and they've taken the lead. I mean, Core, though, is actually contributing right now as Cassidy's gone. And again, now it's a 1v1 between Sentinel and Core, but Core will set up for a perfect end light. As they're both disarmed, the Cider will probably be enough. I don't think, yeah, he doesn't make it, he knows it. And just like that, we will be seeing Sentinel be gone. Core's actually putting a lot of damage out right now, so that's really nice to see. Sentinel's kind of just playing this really safe, trying to figure out what he can do, what's possible in a situation like this. And yeah, I mean, there goes Sentinel, and it's a 1v2, and I mean, Core and Patrick just took this one so convincingly. Like, it was just such a well-oiled machine. A well-synchronized machine, as Patrick, 562, maybe not 600, but I don't think he's put out less than 500 since we've seen them, this team show up. I mean, both legends just played really well. Unfortunately, Sentinel and Cassidy, they pulled their weight. They did average, but, you know, I guess at this point it's below average, but, like, they did okay. They need more They need more mental focus, I guess. I don't know. They lost the double whammy mirror match here. Pretty bad because of that first game, though. 100% that first game was completely random. Patrick, somehow Sentinel went to red really early, yet Core, Patrick, and Cassidy all died before. Whole bunch of other shit happened. Somehow Patrick ended up with 600 damage and the victory. But, I mean, yeah, in the end, all I can say is good game. I appreciate Sentinel and Cassidy for, making it as far as they did again. They might not take number 9 seed though, because they did get swept. So that's a bit of a conscious decision. But at least we get a bit of an insight as to what Core and Patrick really are about. Like, we're kind of really seeing what Core and Patrick are about now, and we are also about to see what Magyar and Caspian are about once again, because those first two sets were so quick. Not so much Nia and Reno, that one was nasty. But these first two sets have been so quick that we're already 2 sets away from ending this stream and leaving it all to either tomorrow or Monday. I don't stream on Sundays. This is beautiful. So here we are. Officially, at the end, potential end of the number 2 seeds run. We're gonna immediately go in with a Sig. We're gonna see the double axe come out really, really early here. And I mean, Bryn and Amethyst, they may not be the tankiest legends. They may not have. Okay, well, I mean, Amethyst had the highest power in the game, but I mean, they may not be like the super team or whatever. Oh my god, I lied. Sidelight Nair into recovery there from Brit to a little team combo there. The cider might be enough. It will be. So I just lied. My own name. But yeah, I mean, sure. We're talking about the highest power legend versus the highest defense legend right now. In Magyar versus Amethyst. And I mean, so far the blue team has the lead, but for how long, Regardless, though, I think what we're seeing right now is that Brit and Amethyst are pissed as hell that they just couldn't get online against Diana and Roland. So now they're gonna make it their mission to destroy the losers bracket. As I mean, shit. At least in this game, a ground pound. What do you mean a ground pound? Into what? Was that a recovery? A fucking end sig? Side sig? Whatever? Freaking immediately the blue team puts out even more hurt. They take KOs. They're taking names. And we see Bryn switch to the spear that she so dearly loves. Bryn 100% loves using that spear. Oh. Dude, the names of Bryn's weapons have so much aura to them. Like, deadass. Because, like, her axe is just called Glory. And her freaking spear is just Valor. Like, that's it. You might as well put a period at the end from how much, like, how fucking, like, just how strong those words are. Like, it's not a multi-name weapon, it's a one-name. Oh my god, Magyar is going crazy. He's going ambitious. He's going for it. Will it work? It paid off. Amethyst is gone. Stocks are tied. The payout is due. Amethyst immediately just helping Bryn out. Yeah, Amethyst is not having any more of it. A ground pound team combo converter was enough for a KO. That's kind of insane. That's like actually just styling on your opponent. There's no other point to doing something like that. And that D-Light from Bryn will secure game 1. Bryn and Amethyst, incredible game from Win. Unbelievable game from Win. From Bryn, holy shit. And then, obviously Amethyst played really, really well. She exploded as well. Red team, though, they kind of need to step it up. A pretty decent notch. They both had a 450. They both played solid. both did pretty well. But you need to do a lot better than that when your opponents both have 150 more damage. Sure. So it will be Caspian for the red team taking his weapon first, and Amethyst for the blue team taking her weapon first. Whether that will matter, we will see soon. But both blue team every member on the field now is just in orange. But one team has Spear and Axe, the other team has Hammer and nothing. So, very interested to see how this will work out. Oh shit. Oh, Amethyst is gone. This is a completely different change from game 1. I think this was the same map, if not they went Fortress of Lions, which basically means it's the same map. Ground pound, okay. Oh shit, oh yeah, alright. So as I was saying though, this is just really, really good. This is just really, really good for the blue team. Why did I say blue team? I was like, wait, is that right? No. This is looking really, really good for the red team as they're up 5 stocks to 2. Now 4 stocks to 2. But that's still a massive 2-stock lead. Albeit the double X could definitely do something here, but they didn't do anything. They did absolutely nothing. No damage whatsoever. Matter of fact, Amethyst lost her weapon before Caspian got hit. Unless he did get hit like maybe once or twice, but again, no noticeable damage. I mean, right now Bryn's trying, but you know, Amethyst, she's just trying to live. She's like, I just have to live here, man. Goes for the Sonic. Goes for the Sonic again, but it's completely responded to by Magyar and Caspian. And this is already a big change for Magyar and Caspian. They haven't lost a game yet in loser's bracket up until Bryn and Amethyst. So I think the fact that they lost was like, alright, we gotta actually completely lock in. We can't give no room at all. This is the best team we'll probably face if we don't win. I mean, Magyar, just an insane game from him. Again, really incredible game. Pretty much what Bryn did, but like 4 damage worse. That's it. He took less damage as well. I mean, blue team just played this terrible. They just played terribly. They just got shut down. And I think that the blue team is starting to get a little tired of getting shut down. Because it's happened now in, what, 2 games? 2 sets where they're kind of just getting completely shut down. So we're seeing these small map come out here, which might hurt Caspian the most, as he has the lowest defense here by 1. Amethyst is next, but, you know. It's definitely going to be interesting to watch, as Bryn is actually the most damaged so far, very early on. Oh my god, Magyar is just here to kill. Magyar is so locked in. It's not even funny. Oh, went for a double delay, the ground pound comes out. And Magyar will be the first to lose his stock. I mean, just great conversions. And it'll actually be Bryn and Amethyst dying next! Caspian with 2 stocks! Immediately seeing the cannon pick up. Ground pound. Dodges into him. Doesn't get extra damage. Caspian playing good bit here. I mean, he's just not letting Bryn do anything. Once again, shutting her down. Shutting the entire team down, essentially. This is really risky. Recovery, the end sig. Stocks are tied, damage is not. Stocks are no longer tied as Magyar's next. And I mean, Amethyst, pretty much no damage on this second stock for her, which will probably be the kicker as to why they might have a slight lead here. Outside of the obvious stock. You know, the obvious stock difference. Having Magyar be on final stocks isn't the worst, but I mean, on a small map like this, so much damage can be racked up really quickly. She loses her weapon, she loses her pressure, she gets sidered once again. Amethyst with a spear. Sidelight Sair. I saw it coming too. Wow, I read that perfectly. Yeah. Sidelight Sair, and now she immediately moves on to Magyar as Amethyst is just here to give extra work. The down air read! Magyar! What a prediction! It's like he was looking at Amethyst and not freaking Bryn at all. He's like, alright, I got past Bryn. Now look at Amethyst. What's she doing? Perfect read, perfect prediction. And everybody's on final stocks. This is so even. Bryn is the most damaged here. Not Magyar, not Caspian, Bryn. And soon will be Amethyst. The blue team is faltering. They're breaking down. Oh my god, that might be it for Magyar. It will be Caspian in the 1v2. This side sig will 100% do it. And Bryn and Amethyst. Oh, they fought tooth and nail for that game. That was so rough for them. They played fairly even. I mean, Bryn just going off for another 550. Going off for another high damage game. Amethyst just said, you know what, I'm going to do what I can do. I just got to do what I can do. That's all I can do. That's all I got to do. I'm going to keep saying do. Do. Baby shark. Caspian played that so well. Magyar losing that early stock meant so much because he didn't even get 400 damage. As good as Magyar and Caspian were, as threatening as Magyar and Caspian were there, unfortunately for them, Bryn and Amethyst are still too much. Simply put, they are still too much, and they will be defeating Magyar and Caspian and moving on to top 8 and potentially further. So next, we have a beautiful potential set here going on. And I really hope that it is really nice because it's Bothalla. What are we doing? It's Bothalla and Ember. These two are back. And they will be facing off against Hattori and Azov. Alright. I just chose to swap teams. It's better this way. Hattori and Azov look so menacing in red. So after Hattori and Azov just dominating Faye and Yumiko and shutting me up, and then having, what was it, Bothalla and Ember lose to Lucian and Jala so convincingly, I really don't know what to say. I mean, Bothalla and Ember just lost, 3-1. So I feel like it's definitely a little bit I think it's a little bit further in the favor of the red team here, because the red team are on a winning streak, kind of. I mean, yeah, they are on a winning streak. Not only are they on a winning streak though, but they're looking really good right now, as they have way less damage than both their foes. Every legend here has pretty much the same amount of defense. Bothalla, I think, has like 5 or 6. Ember has 3. Good stock there as we get a double KO from Hattori. Hattori has 4, and I think Azoth is the highest with 6 or 7. I think 6 is actually what he has, maybe. Yeah, 6. I feel like that's right. Well, regardless of what's right and what's wrong here, the red team, though, they're doing really good. I mean, they have... Okay, one team has Hammer, the other team has Axe. So far, we've seen Axe's Loki produce a little bit better. Albeit it wasn't really the case maybe earlier on with, Caspia, not Caspia, what the fuck, Magyar and Caspian, they faltered to the double Axe team. We saw Core and Patrick. Core and Patrick beat the double Hammer team with their own kind of, they both had, their own kind of double Hammer set. But I mean, Axe was ultimately the thing that beat Sentinel in that first game. Nye and Reno, no Axe, but they did have both Spear and Blasters. Whereas the double orb didn't really work out too well for Thor and Raptor. They just couldn't do much. Also, that insane that insane comeback from Nye in game 2. Like, it was really not that deep, but she really didn't want to lose because she was like, we're going to lose so much momentum. Right now, though, I mean, the blue team getting a little bit more dismantled, but the red team, more specifically Hattori, is definitely more at risk here, as she might be going soon. Maybe the next hit. Azoth, though, pressure being put on him by Ember. I mean, stocks are tied, damage is not tied at all. Not even close, really. I mean, Bodvar is in final stock and around the same damage as Azoth, who has an entire stock lead. And the recovery, the ground pound into a chase dodge recovery to get not Ember, Bodvar, no, yeah, Ember out, and then immediately putting his attention back on a Bodvar, almost killing him there with that Nair. The blue team is looking real solid. Bodvar is just not finding an opening. It's a 2v1, Ember's playing it pretty well. They're trying to find something here. They find Azoth, they damn near kill him, they do, and he does eventually fall. Now they have to get Hattori before Bodvar falls. Would be preferable. Oh, good Nair. Down air, the side light. And Hattori will fall. Oh my god, he said, screw killing that boy. I can just hit Ember. She's low defense. But now he's taking a couple more hits than he'd probably admit to enjoy. The recovery, trying to go for a three-piece. The ground pound, the down air! Bodvar and Ember! Despite Mr. 600's incredible 700 damage performance, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't frickin' matter. Ember and Bodvar with a good team, just good team combos, you know, a couple option coverage moves, a couple read and react situations, end up winning game one. Hattori and Azoth are now on the back foot after pretty much leading that entire time. And now we're going to an even smaller map, which means your health doesn't matter. Your defense is useless. You just have to go out there and deal damage. I mean, right now, both teams are doing that. Hattori's fairly damaged, Ember's really damaged. The Ansig doesn't hit the initial target, but it's fine. They get a recovery onto Ember. Both blue team members are now starting to enter that red health state. Oh shit. Side Sig will kill Bodvar. He somehow dies first. And I mean, right now, Ember Bo playing really well. The Nair will do it for sure. And I mean, yeah, blue team, once again, they have a deficit. We've seen crazier stuff from this team. I'm telling you, man, every set is hype. Every set has been really good so far. And I mean, this one's looking the same. I mean, so far, very even game, but, you know, oh my god. Oh my god! Hattori's just dead. I don't know what's possessed Ember and Bodvar, but Ember's in championship mode. She's in title mode. She doesn't want to fail after coming this far. She wants to at least make it into the next tournament guaranteed, which at this point she pretty much is. Honestly, I'm down to put Bodvar and Ember in the next tournament as that team. I mean, right now, this is just perfect. Hattori is almost dead. The red team is gone. The double KO there from the blue team. And I mean, now it's just a matter of how long will Azoth survive. It's been less than 2 minutes into this set, or into this game too. Man, this has been so well orchestrated. I mean, everything's a team combo! Every attack is leading into another. Bodvar and Ember, specifically Ember taking that final stock. Bodvar, that's the 500 we usually see from this Mr. Bear. Holy hell. Azoth and Hattori were completely dismantled and will just barely miss out on top 8 after desecrating their opponents. We saw what they did to Ezio and Vector. We saw what they did to Sidra and Zariel. We saw what they did to Fate and Yumiko. And now it's all over because of Bodvar and Ember. Ember entered like championship mode and just started putting hell and hurt onto Hattori. That stock was gone so quick, so early. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this stream. I will tell you what the teams are. So, we have Nash and Arcadia. Everybody knows these two. These two legends are like, I don't know what it is, but Nash is consistently really good, and Arcadia is incredible. She's been improving every single tournament. And it's been showing. They're looking poised for yet another title. Next, we have, where is he? Alright. Thatch and Barraza is who they will be facing off against. Thatch and Barraza have made it all the way through winner's bracket and now have to face probably their biggest demon, if not Bryn Amethyst. Because through winners, we have seen them be Magyar and Caspian, who are now out of the tournament. We've seen them be Nye and Reno, who are in top 8 still, so they could get a potential rematch here. You know, they've beat a lot of great teams, a lot of solid players to get here. 2 teams, one team that is in the top 8 and one team that fell short. Thatch and Barraza have probably had the roughest winners run. You could argue Nash and Arcadia, of course. They faced Sam and Cassidy. But wow, just wow. That's going to be a really good semifinal. And that's not all. The baby's still drinking alcohol. Because yet another team that we're going to be seeing here, or another matchup, which I can't believe this is happening, Lucian and Jala. That's right. Jala are making it not only into top 8, but they're going to be competing for a potential winners finals matchup against the winner of the first set tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. I lied. There's a Packers game I'm going to tomorrow. It will be on Monday. I don't usually watch the Packers. I've never seen a football game in real life. I might as well. I might as well spend 3 hours of my day doing something else than sitting here on my ass doing nothing. And the last team in the winner's side of this bracket will be Sir fucking Roland. I hate you so much. And it will also be who I don't hate anymore, Diana. In these 4 matchups, let me put it on teams so it'll do the thing. The 4 on the left are facing off against each other, and the 4 on the right are facing off against each other. These 4 teams have won 3 sets. That's all they've won. And yet they've all looked so poised and so strong, and they all are here to compete. Fun fact, the only set that went to 5 was Thatch and Barraza versus Queen Nye and Reno. So if you want to make your case or an argument saying which one has the lowest chance, you can go off of that. I mean, you could probably say Bothalla and Ember facing off against Lucian and Jala because Bothalla and Ember are also in top 8. But who better than 3 returning teams and 1 oncoming challenger that I didn't expect to get this far. I don't think pretty much any team expected to get this far. Team that beat the team like Core and Patrick. Which, speaking of Core and Patrick, Speaking of Core and Patrick, let's put them on the board. Because they're going to be part of the first top 8 losers bracket set. That team will be facing... Talking about Patrick. Perfect. Core and Patrick. Their worst performance yet, no disrespect to them, of course it's also their only performance, is 6th place. And now they have the tall order of beating a team with pretty much classic legends in Reno, and everybody bow down to the Queen. Patrick looks so uninterested, it's funny. Reno and Queen Nye, on the back of Queen Nye in the most recent match, because that was an incredible 2v1. But just in general, she's been outperforming him. Misses 700, and probably arguably one of the best, if not the best teammates out there in Reno, are back in top 8 after splitting from 2 really harsh situations in Wu Shang and Lin Fei. Rano isn't even in this tournament, if I'm not mistaken. I probably am. I can probably find him somewhere in here. Yeah, Rano was with Moonin. That's her fault. She deserves that. Why would you leave Taros for Moonin? Or for fucking Rano? And I know for a fact that Lin Fei was with Shovel Knight. And yeah, both of those were first round exits. So you could see how bad the situations were. And now, for probably the most insane and upstarting part of this, a team that once again, this is not their first time, mind you. I'm going to go back to last tournament real quick because we're going to have to highlight this team really quickly. This is not the first time. Yeah, they were the 4 seed, but they didn't actually lose to Nash and Arcadia. Brandon Amethyst lost to Fate and Tesca. Crazy. Fate's just been upsetting forever. Anyways, Brandon Amethyst made it through all the way of losers from the first round to make it to second place. And what did they do this tournament? In this tournament, they have done much better. I will say that myself. Because if I'm not high off my ass, which I know for a fact I'm not, Brandon Amethyst made it to play only one set in top 8 outside of, like, one set in losers bracket so far. Just one. Against Magyar and Caspian, who almost had them on the ropes. But they found a way to claw themselves back in. Matter of fact, let's bring them in. Because they're part of the final set. Final set, just to put a little bit of a stage on the losers bracket a little bit here. Holy shit, can I use my eyes? Brandon Amethyst. And somehow, some way, they'll be facing off against... Oh, fun fact. The seedings say that this was not an upset. The seedings say that Hattori and Azoth were expected to lose. They were not expected to even come into top 16. So that's saying something. But not only is it saying something, Hattori and Azoth, why am I putting them on the board? They're not the team that won. Bodvar and Ember, my bad, I'm stupid. Hattori and Azoth didn't win. Bodvar and Ember did, in classic dominant fashion. Bodvar and Ember came into this tournament as somebody who's just trying to find herself again. Trying to find a new teammate that isn't Zol, and obviously not Amethyst because she's established herself. And she's just trying to find a way to make her team work. That is exactly what, Ember's been trying to do for the past couple of tournaments. She teamed up with Chief. She teamed up with Isaiah, ironically. It was originally Isaiah, but I swapped them out for Chief because I felt like it. She teamed up with Chief after going 3 tournaments with Zol, right? That didn't work out. Or 2 tournaments with Zol, I mean. That bracket didn't work out, right? It just didn't work out. So she comes in here and says, you know what, Bodvar? I know you've been struggling a little bit. Why don't we team up? And they do. They team up. It all looks okay. It looks pretty good at first, actually. They beat Shovel Knight and Faye, which was not an upset. They beat Cross and Val, who made the major upset over Kaya and Koji. And then they faced Lucian and Jala and Fall to Losers, right? So they're gonna have 4 sets they're gonna have 4 sets total so far. But they've done pretty good, You're not, they're like, okay, this is good enough. We've done really well. We made it all the way to top 12. This really, it doesn't matter if we win here. But then they go off. In game 1, they have a clutch gene or whatever. I don't know what the hell it was, but Bodvar never make a slight comeback over Hattori and Azoth. And that kills the momentum entirely after Azoth pretty much being on full health and losing in like 3 seconds. They go and dominate, continuing their performance over Hattori and Azoth, winning game 2 clean. Showing out in that last set. And I mean, if we continue the tournament today, Brandon Amethyst might be scared because the momentum that Bodvar and Ember have is insane. It is massive. Once again, the people in the red are facing each other, the people in the blue are facing each other. But when you look at this losers bracket, this is scary. Because of, listen, if you are uncultured and you don't know anything, which is completely fine, Core and Patrick were the new kids on the block last tournament. They were the newest team. They were one of the new teams, and I was like, Patrick's going to be really good. I already know it. And Patrick carried Core. Pretty much halfway through losers bracket, he started just carrying Core all the way to freaking top 8. Like, after top 16, I don't know what happened to Core, but Core just couldn't do it anymore, and Patrick just won 2 sets pretty much by himself. I think he actually made 900 damage. He was a demon. He was an absolute losers bracket king. A devastator. A freaking destroyer. And he's done it once again. He's continued to do incredibly well. Right? Reno, in the first tournament ever, teamed up with Rano, at the time he was Wushang, and those two went off to make a really good run. They actually lost 2 straight sets after making it all the way to winners semis. They lost in winners semis, and then they lost again in losers quarterfinals, and unfortunately finished at 5th. Right? Crazy. You know, nothing too crazy. We've seen it happen before. It happened this. It might happen this tournament. But Queen Nai, that's a different story entirely. She lost in the first round, coupled with Lin Fei. They lost in the first round of the tournament. Then, in losers bracket, they won the first set. Okay. They won the second set. Okay. Funny enough, Azoth was teamed up with Sidra, and he was the one. He had 800, then 600, then 700 damage. Against... No, I lie. He had 700, then 600, then 800 damage. Against Queen Nai and Lin Fei. You wanna know why he only had 600 damage in Game 2? Because in Game 2, after looking so strong, alright? After looking so strong and going, going up 3 stocks, 6-3, Queen Nai and Lin Fei, I don't know what happened, but those 2 legends completely stopped. They stopped everything that they were doing, picked up their weapons, and took 6 straight stocks without taking more than 4 hits per stock. Per every stock taken, maybe 4 hits. Queen Nai went on to beat Moronix, to beat Arcadia, I believe. If not, she beat. That team was just so strong that even though they started out in losers, their run truly started on losers. They went on and made it to grand finals, ultimately losing to somebody we'll be talking about in a second. So, my bad. Amethyst was really a nobody. I'll be honest, I think she was actually new when I paired her up with Bryn. So she only knows success. But Bryn, I think, was in 100% she was. Yeah. I might be lying about Amethyst, by the way. She probably was. But if so, Bryn didn't know shit in tournament number 1. Bryn didn't do anything. Amethyst didn't either. Bryn and Amethyst, I think Bryn maybe made second round, but Amethyst, I think, genuinely was a first round exit. I can check back. Bryn and Amethyst didn't really amount to anything separately. Then in tournament number 2, these 2 got together and finished 4th. Then they ran it back, and they beat more teams, got even further, made it to grand finals, reset the bracket on the back of on the back of Bryn. And unfortunately, Arcadia turned into a monster, and it was too much. Amethyst won the MVP for the last tournament. This tournament, they're back in top 8. These 2 only know success since they've been together. And their worst placement together might be 8th. It's 4th right now. Their worst placement ever is still better than Ragnar and Dusk's best placement. It's still better than Core and Patrick's placement. It's still better than anything Reno has ever done. It's still better than anything Bodvar, Asuri, Zariel, all these other legends have ever done. But that might change soon, depending on if they win. Now, speaking about Bodvar, he hasn't done much since the first tournament, but in that first tournament, he did win top 8. He has had a few wins here and there, but nothing too consistent to where he was like, alright, we're going to improve. Ironically, I should talk about Artemis and Mako, but they're frauds. They lost in the first round. Fuck them. Anyways, Ember, she's a champion, for Pete's sake. You want to know why Queen Nai, despite me glazing, despite me all this, saying all this shit, and not all of it being vindicated, you don't know why she's a champion? Because of Ember and Zol. Zol's a joke, though. It was Ember because she won the Grand Finals MVP. Ember was the one who was taking stocks, doing solid enough damage. She was doing like 450 to 480 damage a game. I think I said 480, actually. Somewhere on there. But she was doing not super high damage, but she was the one getting the KOs, outplaying Lin Fate, outplaying Queen Nai, the MVP of that tournament. Ember is the exact reason as to why Queen Nai is probably not, as to why Queen Nai isn't champion. It's that simple. It's just that simple. It was a 4-game set, too. They didn't reset. Queen Nai and Ember have such a long rivalry that I would love to see continue. But yeah, Ember is a champion. She's a defending champion. She has her name in one. So does like half these characters. Patrick technically has Taro. Sakura doesn't have a name. Reno doesn't really have a name. I've seen him almost make top 12. I think he'd be top 16 for sure. Queen Nai has a top 3 appearance. If we go to top side, Nash is a multi-time champion. Arcadia has made top 8. Thatch is nobody in once. But Barraza has gone pretty deep before. He's made top 16. What are the other teams? Oh yeah, Lucian hasn't really done much. Jala definitely hasn't done anything. Diana, she was a bronze performer for 2 tournaments. She's kind of been trying to get back into it. Roland, somehow he hasn't even shown up, I think. But yeah, ultimately, every single legend here in top 8 has a name. Every single one. Lucian and Jala are the only 2 legends in here that have done absolutely nothing in 2v2. They're the only ones. That is another 12 legends in the pool that have done something before. That's why this is low-key probably the most stacked, most competitive top 8 we've had, despite it being fairly different and having 3 new teams added. That's it for this stream. I will see you all again on Monday. Have a good one. Enjoy.